Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. What's going on? It's the ninja talking to you. Lords, put the crest up. What's going on, y'all? Sundays, you know how we do. Gaming Fire, what's up? Lydian Master, what's going on? Gerald Mack, my God, Gerald Mack be holding it down, man. Salute to Gerald Mack. Good to see you up in here. D. Floyd, what's up? Dreadpool, you know we're going to talk some pizza talk. Nix, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Atomic Sands, got the beats rocking. Donald Taco, what's up? Yep, Zagreus in the house. We definitely be talking about that. Gunther, what's up? You know? So yeah, we got some fun today. Phantom Kraken, what's going on? I see you. Let me know if my levels is good. Let me know what's going on. Lydian Master, I got you. Yeah, thank you. Commander Rodimus, what's going on? No doubt. So we're gonna get the legend, hopefully get the legend up in here soon. Jake Baldino, you already know. Arcade, what's going on, 4247. And then get the rest of the realm in there. Spoke to King, see what's up with Attic and Solve. They should be all pulling through. Thank you for the mic check. Respect, always Cola, what's going on? But yeah, we got a fun show for y'all. Very excited, you know what I'm saying? Get Jake up in there and talk these games. We got fun topics. I'm excited. Ninja's ready. So I will be back. We will get people in the room. Get your seat in the front of the congregation. It's the Lord's Day. And I'll be right back.
Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal, and haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got let's switch that up.
What did you do?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So, look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I'm addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do
Don't
is-
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep
super
that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So, look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I'm addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do
Don't
is-
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep
super
that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So, look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I'm addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do
Don't
is-
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep
super
that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals. All on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got... Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do
Don't
is-
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that,
super
keep that, keep that going, keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's... Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals. All on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got... Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do
Don't
is-
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that,
super
keep that, keep that going, keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's... Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals. All on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got... Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do
Don't
is-
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that,
super
keep that, keep that going, keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's... Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. what's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got... Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do,
Don't
man.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that,
sick of
keep
this.
that, keep that going, keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's... Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got... Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do,
Don't
man.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that,
sick of
keep
this.
that, keep that going, keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's... Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got... Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do,
Don't
man.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep
sick
that,
of
keep
this.
that, keep that going, keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's... Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I'm addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got, nah, let's switch that.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do,
Don't
man.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep
super
that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's, whew. Let's do that again. I'ma just chill and watch them and eat snacks in the attic. I wanted to chill with the pack and be like a young wolf, but then they would mistake me for addict. If I can imagine it's cool to give you some advice, then invite your girl to your squadron. Cause if you don't give her that option, you gon' be single player like Sovereign. You gon' get tossed in the bushes by King David. Royalty and not a pretender. Detrimental to an elemental, what's an avatar to a knee bender? I gotta be me though. I know it's my destiny, word to Cognito. Who cares if you fly, if you still a mosquito? You swear you ain't stuntin', but really be Steve-O. You like to collect stuff and that's cool, but I got bad news. Even if you really was that dude, King David still be the king of the statues. Since a juvenile, I've been cursed with a curse to be musical. And if you hate it, we'll meet in the crucible. Other than that, then it's cool and it's beautiful. We let you know that your dreams are pursuable. Whatever you wanna do, then it's doable. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day. Woo. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day.
All right. Hear ye, and we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords Podcast, LLC, and also live on lordsofgaming.net, episode number 221. And it's another glorious Sunday. We're back at the front of the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm extremely excited about our special guest, and we've got Hades and Game Pass, ID at Xbox, Gamescom 2021 announcement, and PlayStation Plus with Crunchyroll to discuss, so we're going to get right into it. I want to introduce a Lord who Sonaldo and myself had the absolute pleasure of meeting in the flesh at PAX East 2020. Not only is this Lord the embodiment of pure passion and the grind necessary to succeed, but whose content creation has truly evolved into informative game analysis, movie retrospectives, and pop culture. Introducing the creator and host of the Jake Baldino YouTube channel and executive producer of the GameRanx YouTube channel, the Lord of Metal Gear and Pizza Connoisseur, whose sneaker collection game will forever be on fleek. he put him up, he about to grab him. I see the J's. Live from Strong Island, New York, and making his official debut into the realm of the Lords, my man, Lord Jake Baldino. How you doing, sir?
Dude, that intro was gonna make me cry. That was so good. Thank you for that. And thank you guys for having me. It's been way too long trying to make this happen. And I thank you guys for being patient with me.
No doubt, man.
No problem, brother.
No problem, brother. Glad you can spend the time.
Fellow
man.
New Yorker, we here.
Exactly, man. It's good
Happy
to have
to
you in
be
the
here.
realm.
We had the Jets versus the Giants last night. New York is on fleek. Let's go.
No doubt, man. But otherwise, I know we talked briefly, but to the realm, just, what have you been up to? What you've been playing? What's been going on with you, man?
Oh man, I've been playing a game called My Job constantly.
You ain't beating that.
I play that game every day. So.
Maybe eventually I'll get the trophy. I'll get all. Yeah.
You try to platinum?
So that still ain't platinum that job.
Get the plat one day. Yeah. No, I've been playing a lot of stuff. I've been bouncing around. I do that thing where you go through Game Pass and you just keep scrolling and you download that. You're like, that's great, that's great, that's great, that's great, and then never get around to playing it.
Yeah.
Right now, though, I'm playing Art of Rally because that just dropped on Game Pass.
No doubt.
It's just kind of like super chill rally racing, but like with like a top-down kind of.
Oh, you talking about the one like there's a homage to Sega Rally, that game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that game is
Is it
great.
like the cool art style over the top, almost like I don't know, like a cartoonish art style? Is that the one?
Yeah.
It is cartoonish. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like it is stylistic.
I
Yeah,
think
bold, sharp.
Yes.
Angel's talking about it.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
and it plays good. It looks really good. It's really good.
No
It
doubt,
does.
no doubt.
It's crisp. It's
Yeah.
it's super sharp. It's really difficult. It took me a while to really get into the flow of like turning and drifting. I think part of it is just because it's like pretty intense mechanics for driving, but also getting used to that camera angle. It's a good camera angle and you can adjust it, but just getting used to having that view and having the road in front of you.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's really cool, but like learning how to adapt is kind of wild, but I've been loving it.
No doubt, no doubt. Soft, we want to get to super chats before we get into intros for the Lord.
Absolutely. Give me a moment. We have Brap with the $5 super chat. Salute, Lord. Smash that like button, everyone. Thank you,
Salute,
sir.
Brad. Salute,
Oh,
Brad.
man, flip flop.
Then we got Ace Out Gamer, $2 super chat. Welcome, Jake. I'm excited for this show. Yes, sir.
Salute.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Then we have Lognet's finest Flame, $5 super chat. Good afternoon, Realm. Cog. I do the usual, but we got royalty. Hope everyone has a great show.
Please behave. We got company today.
Behaving with
we got
company in the
behave,
house.
Flame. Exactly.
Thank you, Flame.
I gotta give a shout out to the Joe Mac. Shout out to Lord Sovereign and the Fresh Baldy. Yes, sir.
That boy fresh. That boy fresh.
Clean,
Clean
boy.
today. Yo,
Yeah,
now,
man.
Bone Slave, I see you. What's going on, brother? Cali in the building.
Bone, after we finish, man, we got to get on Curse. So
Yeah.
stick around, baby.
You already know. So
Man,
now that we
Bones
got that
acting
out
up.
the way, you know we got the four horsemen of gaming, those original lords of the realm here at the round table with updated time-sensitive intros because Jake has limited time, sir. my co-host with the co-host, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, lord of his own world, and the ha of the young wolf. My man, Lord Addict, how we doing, sir?
Doing pretty good, man. I ended up,
What you doing?
staying up a little too late.
What you was doing?
Showed up like the last 3 minutes before ILP. But
Yes.
I was here.
Yes.
That's all that mattered.
You made
I
it. You
was
swung
here.
it just in time.
That's all that. That's pretty much all.
What you was playing though? Just real quick.
I've been playing a lot of Hades, like an
Yeah,
absurd
we're
amount
gonna get
of
into that.
Hades.
You made some strong proclamations on Twitter that had everybody upset. Yes.
I've I outdone myself this time.
Yes,
making people
yes.
upset on Twitter.
We gonna get
Hot
into
takes.
it.
Hot takes?
Yes, very hot takes.
Hot takes.
Yeah, he got a certain community upset.
Yeah, I pretty much said Hades shits on Returnal, and I got so many people upset because of it.
Spicy.
Oh,
Spicy.
that's not nothing wrong that you just said. Everything was
Of course, you find nothing wrong with
Let's
that.
just continue.
Let's keep it going. And of course, we have our most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives for the single player selfish experience, and also the Sostradamus, the Lord of Clarity, and Lord Patriarch of the Iron Bank. My man, Lord Sovereign, how we doing, sir?
Well.
My guy.
Sovereign is back in the building.
Yes, we missed both of you.
Yes, my apologies for missing last week. Anybody who heard me saw that I sounded like I was gargling gravel. So not good. But I'm happy to be back, chilling. I'm happy, despite my little flamey post on Twitter.
Yeah, you were very spicy on Twitter.
I'm
as well,
happy
too.
that everyone's playing Hades. We discussed that in a little while.
Yeah, I'm
Hades
glad
gonna be
you
a hot
beta testers did. Yo, you beta testers. I love you.
Oh,
Yo,
God.
I love you.
Yo, I want to
Beta
call
boy.
fraud quickly on this beta,
Oh,
this
fraud
beta boy
alert?
thing.
Already-
On this
fraud
beta
alert
boy
already?
thing.
This is for you.
Because
This
he
is for you.
he is the alpha beta boy. Like he is the original beta boy.
Wait,
He's the
why
OG.
is King the OG beta boy?
King is the alpha and omega beta boy. This is a man that spent thousands upon thousands of dollars to import consoles sometimes a year before they came.
Oh, you had to go get receipts, kid.
No.
But I'm just talking about let's do the beta boy thing, right?
I told you about flying close to the sun.
I want to do the beta boy thing. But listen. I don't want him to act like he's not beta testing. Yeah, except for me. I'm sorry, I wasn't here last.
Yeah, he's catching up on his updates. Continue.
No, but I just don't want him to act like his not testing games out is from some elevated sense of I refuse to try out.
Okay, so watch
you
this.
feel a little away. Watch this. This is not going to end well for him.
He's the ultimate bait. I'm just saying, he's the originator.
Time. We have time, sir.
That's all.
Well, that is all. Okay, moving on. Yes,
Who
King.
did that for me? Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer said no longer.
What are you holding up?
He got his chair. He got his Xbox.
Yo, hold on. Hold it close. I never saw it in the flesh. Hold on.
Hold on. You want me to finish? Oh, okay.
You gotta give a shout out to LordCognito for that.
Put that up for the world to see.
Yo, is that bling all the way around it?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
When my son saw it come out the box, my son was like, "Woo, that's
I had to hook him up for his born day. You know what I'm saying? It was only right. Yeah. And on that note, of course, we have the Incredible Hulk of this, a.k.a. the XS Gamer.
Ooh.
The prophet of Xbox. King of the statue who demands nothing less than the premium experience. It is the leader of the fraud alert movement.
Ooh.
Beloved. Lord King, how we doing, sir?
We're doing fantastic. Jake is here.
Woo!
Yo, all right. If y'all guys don't know, Jake has a fantastic video out of one of the greatest Zelda games that has ever been produced. Yeah. And this beta tester boy over here has definitely beta tested it just for you guys. This is right before I quit the group.
That's when you quit being a beta boy. Okay, got it.
But as you can see, Zelda felt the way today.
Oh, my damn. He bodied Mario? What happened?
So Mario have to feel the sword. Pause. Today is the day Mario's gonna learn who's in charge.
He's gonna learn
Nintendo. But as y'all can see, the next video for KOS is rolling out. It's almost done. You know, that video's done. I'm editing and stuff like now. You can go check out KOS. It's up. It has Wolverine, brown suit Wolverine.
Ooh.
He's up here right now. Addict did a fantastic thumbnail. Me and him was going back and forth because I wasn't sending him 4K thumbnails, and Addict was really pissed off.
Yeah, your image quality this week was weird.
It
was a little weird.
Okay, so remember I got my new phone.
Oh, that's right.
No, but I didn't update it yet because the old phone, it cracked in the back, guys. You see that right there?
Mm-hmm.
So that is messing with my.
You know, you have a new camera, right?
Well, I do. You see the boxes right there.
Yeah,
right?
me and King are slacking. We will address it.
I'm in the same boat.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Trust me. We gotta get to Addict's level. We apologize, bro.
All right, so let me get it really quickly into what I was playing. All right, so all you guys know, I'm addicted to Curse right now. Curse right now is absolutely ridiculous. Shout out to Bone Slave. We downloaded the Voodoo Master. The Voodoo Master is an absolute cheat dude inside the game.
Okay.
All right.
This is Curse of the Dead Gods?
No. I played that too. Curse. It's like a PUBG type game. Curse.
Okay. What is Battle Royale?
Yeah, it's a Battle Royale.
Oh, okay.
All right. So it was me, Chris. We always have a team. You can go in a team of 5.
Nice.
And when you get the zombie dude, right? The voodoo guy, he calls zombies that actually act as like little sentries, and they follow around you. They shoot. They can kill people too. They can run up on them. They can melee them. They can shoot. It confuses the hell out of the opponent because the opponent sees somebody moving and they automatically shoot at them.
Right.
When they shoot, they give off their position. Zombies see people when they shoot too.
Gotcha.
So if you have 5 people have that voodoo guy, that means they have 3 zombies apiece. You're running with a horde of people, and it's absolutely a cheat code. We've been getting chicken dinners the whole week long, and me and Boom alone had them, and we was winning. It was great. I played the race and rally game. All right, Hades, getting that really quickly. It was fantastic. We're gonna talk about it later.
We're gonna talk about Don't get too deep.
It was fantastic. It was great. I got to give a shout out to Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer, because I didn't have to play it in 720 mode.
Here he go. Here comes the slander. Here you go.
So, yo, thank you, Phil.
He did that for you. He did that.
He did that for you.
He did that for you.
And of course, I played my Destiny and got my Outriders in because I'm an Outrider boy.
No doubt, no doubt. You already know. And of course, you already know we got the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi LordCognito, spreading that realness in the realm of the ILP, not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Yo, shout out to Defining Duke, man. We had a great episode. Please catch that. It is up right now on Last Stand Media with my boy Maddie and Randall Thor, the man with the million came through. So salute to him, you know what I'm saying? And of course, if you missed out, Ibantis was on vacation this week, but Last Word is up right now on ILP. Check that out, Ty Guy Travis. And we had the homie Wilhelm Scream. Scream was in the building, you know what I'm saying? Talking that talk, so check that out. And yeah, finally for me, it's just been, I got a little bit of scent on, so I want to shout out Valakan and your brother Kaibatsu, you know what I'm saying? So
it's really fun, right?
I saw that.
Did they fix the bug in it that like, all right, everybody other than the host, if they go to the world, they game zeros out or something like that.
Yeah, what it is Kai figured it out. You have to launch. If you're the host, you have to launch a saved game. There's two options, like launch a save game, launch a new game. If you launch save game, then that will not allow anyone who joins in to erase their character. You know what I'm saying? So that was what it was, because they were going to, when I put new game and Valakan had like a level 30 character, he was like, yo, I'm getting a prompt, to overwrite my thing. And I'm like, no. So then we figured it out. So yeah, salute to that. And then also he's in the chat right now. Lord Jake would appreciate it because he met him in real life. Is Lord Sonaldo TV. I want to shout out him. I want to shout out Lady Sam. Congratulations, put the crest up. The future Lord of the Realm was conceived. Lord Tristan was born this week in Long Island. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So salute the future Lord of the Realm. Put the crest up for Sonaldo TV, my man.
My guy.
Yeah, he's up there. So the baby, everything went smooth. You know what I mean? And real quick, so before we move on with Jake, but we want to get the super chats now, and then we put a hard stop, and then we keep it pushing.
We got Hustle and Motivate, $2 super chat. Onward and upward, ILP. Keep up the great work, y'all. Thank you, my brother. You as well. You help us out a lot.
Yes.
Then we got Gerald Mack, $5 super chat. All hail the ILP. Shout out to that statue, Lord King Stradamus. Yo, King Super Clean. Damn. Beta Boy. Hashtag Beta Boys.
Hashtag Beta Boys. No doubt.
Or as our friends across the pond say, Beta Boy.
Beta. Adidas and Beta.
Cloud Gaming, $5 in the chat. It's showtime. Welcome back, Sam. Thank you, sir. Agent Smith, boys, we missed you. Salute to the panel.
Salute.
Then we have Slow-Mo Backslap, $5 super chat. The Beta Boys are going on tour. Tickets are $400, $700 for added. King, you're welcome back into the group, but your lead singer role has been filled. Wow.
I still got it, baby. I still got it.
No doubt.
Then we have Kevin S., $5 super chat. What's up, fellow gamers? 80s kid here. Tell King that they also had to get my TV from the back. Pause. LG OLED all day. I feel sorry for the TCL.
Are you implying the quality of TCL television, sir? Is that what you're doing?
Well, I'm just saying
the lack thereof.
No. Listen.
Yo, Paris in the chat, be careful. You know, Paris in the chat, he gonna rob for TCL.
Let's not do that because all PlayStation's people need to play something good.
Oh my God.
They got a TCL, and that's just for them. It works for y'all.
Savage. Continue, son.
Then we have Don Otaku, $5 super chat. King, I got that same exact phone, and the same thing happened to mine.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Adam.
1600. It's crazy.
Oh,
yeah, that's a lot.
Then we have Adam, £2 super chat. Jake owes me more than 60 pizzas. Get him, King. What's going on here?
Is it like your personal delivery guy?
Yeah, what the hell you think he owes you 60 pieces? How the hell somebody owes somebody
60 pizzas?
Jake, is there some context?
I can explain.
Okay, please.
So I close out my videos. I say pizza's on me.
Yes. Like that's with okay.
Everybody's like, Where's the pizza?
Where's the pizza?
Yo, he took it literally.
This is exactly.
Yeah, everybody takes it literally because everybody wants pizza. I get it.
Well, one day he's gonna start a video eating a pizza.
What up, son? We got?
And we got Dallas. We got Dallas, man. $5 super
Dallas.
chat. Been a fan since before level 1. Much love to the Lords and Jake Baldino. When I finally shoot my shot for an interview, pizza is definitely on me.
That's how you bribe them. That's how you bribe them. That's what we had to do. We had to send a whole box. I'm just joking.
Yeah. We got two last ones.
Two last ones.
We got Harki Chani, $2 super chat. Well, Saab is back. Hail to the Lord.
Yes.
Then we have KDK, $5 super chat. Happy Sunday, Lords. I'm glad to see Lord Sovereign and Lord Addict are back. Can't wait to see how Messy King is going to get today.
Okay, I will not disappoint you.
Katie wasn't happy to see Cog was back.
I mean,
Cog never left. He was here.
Cog never left. He was here.
Remember?
That's true. I'm being overly
so let
sensitive.
me, let me
What
make
about me?
What's up, again?
let me make a statement real quick.
Let's go.
King will be impressed by this.
Uh-oh.
I'm here to say maybe we was a little too hard on Skyward Sword.
What?
Okay? Like,
Wait a minute. After
Wait
all
a
the
minute. But no,
slander?
Time out.
to
Please,
be
nobody
fair,
talk.
hold on,
Wait, all right, let me
let-
put the
let-
Ben in
let-
knee. Put the Ben in.
But
Let
to be
him talk.
fair, the issues I had back then was the motion controls. It's still the issues now.
Oh, yeah.
It's just I don't have to do this thing anymore. So
Right.
like, and you know, I was after playing because I was thinking, why didn't they just take that out entirely? I forgot how much of this game is motion control.
It's
Like,
everything.
All of it is
All of
motion
it was.
control.
Yeah.
Yes. Shout out to Lord Jake.
And they just moved it to the right analog stick. So it doesn't fix any of it, but it's,
Yeah.
you know.
No,
whatever.
it fixes a lot of the nonsense. It just
Out for
still
me.
you have to do dumb stuff.
It's in
Like,
hindsight.
Yeah.
And you know, Jake had a wonderful video. I mean, I encourage everybody to go check out that video.
Yes.
I watched
Thanks,
the video. I think I watched the video like 3 times, honestly.
Mhm.
Because I was working and I was doing it, and it was Cog sent it to me. Cog was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, check this out."
I
You
think
know,
I was instigating because
yeah.
I know those two have the beef between the Zeldas, and King Skyward Sword is on his Mount Rushmore, and Addict
Yeah.
used to clown him. So it's
'Cause, you know,
funny the
as
remaster came
as a
out.
child, you always wanted to swing, you know, the sword like Zelda. You always did. You know,
Yeah.
we make those little, like if you had the little mask, you know, and being Zelda, you was like, but you never got a chance to do it in the game, and you got a chance to do it. Was it great then? They got good with it later, and they fixed it up now. Yeah, it was like minor issues, same minor issues that you had, but it was like back to the dungeons.
Yeah.
And that back to the dungeon feel was really good.
I
And
think
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I think that's why it really hit me because like
Yep,
I'm
that's your
not
thing.
like because Breath of the Wild lacked that.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's been like a decade since I've played a Zelda
Yeah.
that actually has proper dungeons.
Nothing.
And it's like, it took me like the first dungeon was like it was okay, but when I played the second dungeon, I was like, yo, this is getting annoying. Like it was like 6 hours I was in this dungeon because I missed something small. But like I felt like in Breath of the Wild, you could do those shrine Megazord things in like 15 minutes. Like they weren't that hard at all. And it's a night. Not to mention, I forgot the story's actually decent at Skyward Sword.
the
Like
music.
so,
Yeah,
salute.
the whole presentation's like
It's really good,
top-notch.
and he made me really because I had to, I went back and I played it again, listening to the sound, and you were like spot on with how the sound was bringing in the feeling. Like the sound was an extra character that really took precedence over it, and I think that was because it was on CD, so he was able to use the orchestra and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
It was really done well. And to see everyone actually start to embrace it and
I know,
feel
for you,
like it's,
for you,
it's
this is
something
big.
special.
You've been- you was on the front
validating.
line, bro.
the biggest
like a homecoming.
Yeah.
the thing that sucks, man, is they used this game to demonstrate the motion controls for the Wii. And it's like, man, if you would have made this game like you made Twilight Princess and like
Are you
everything else, like
that it would have been the GOAT Zelda?
it would have been one of the best Zeldas. But like the fact
It
that
still is.
no, it's just like, look,
The world has spoken.
I think I would put
MPD.
this up. I would put this up to like where Majora's Mask is, but like
I would
I
put past it.
I can't take it past that because sometimes the motion control gimmick is so dumb. I'm like,
It
come
was
on,
for
man.
a Wii
Like,
console.
like
It was
sometimes
for
I'll
a-
put
All right.
like
Time on the
like,
Zelda talk a
Yeah,
little
it
bit.
is.
Control-
It really is cute, but
the controls feel like Jake. You can agree the controls feel clunky at times.
Yeah,
Like,
well, he
Yeah.
did
Oh,
say
yeah.
that if you watch this video.
I did watch it.
Okay, so you know, and he did eloquent a lot of the stuff that you're saying, but you got to transport yourself back to a time when they're selling a machine that is based around move control.
Yes.
And if you had the Wii remote plus on it, it was actually a
It
1-to-1
was
ratio.
It was 1-to-1. Like
Guess
it
what,
wasn't.
King? They're selling it now.
on the damn Skyward Sword talk.
Sorry,
This
let's
man
go.
has
Let's get to
limited
Jake, man.
time.
Let's get to Jake. We apologize,
Jesus.
man.
No, keep going. It's fine. Isn't it cool the way you can hold it up and it charges? You get that feeling like a kid. You hold it up. You're like,
That's what he's doing
Yeah.
right now. He's holding it up,
Satisfying.
he's charging, and Mario's about to
Exactly.
do the rap.
I'm done. Solve last 2 super chats, and we gotta get. Move on
We
to
got
Jake.
3 real quick. We got Optimus Code Unchained, $50 super chat. Oh man, I could have gotten 5 of those $10 upgrades with this super chat. Oh man.
Oh my god.
ILP is
Oh, my
anti-consumer.
Lord. I'm done with Kobe and Messi. Salute the code.
Then we have Clayton
Shout out to
St.
the
Sire.
TLC with Omi.
$2 super chat. Salute Jake Baldino for the great deal with Bessie.
Oh,
Hey,
that's what's up.
wow. Shout out to one of our sponsors.
Salute.
And-
Salute.
That's what's up.
Then we have Flame once again, $2 super chat. King was on the front lines. He was a skyward boy.
This is true. This is true.
All right, now we got everything.
All right, let's
we
go.
got to
Good.
move on. So now we got all the Lords caught up. We want to focus now on Lord Jake, his video game system history, the journey to GameRanx, and of course the Because Video Games podcast, and what led him to create his own personal channel. So Lord Jake, let's start from the very beginning. What were some of the first video game systems you had, and what got you into gaming?
I'm really fortunate I can actually pinpoint and remember the first video game I remember seeing and being blown away by. It was at a pizza place.
Yeah.
And it was they had a cabinet for X-Men Children of the Atom.
Oh.
And it was like right at that time where I was like really young, but I was obsessed with X-Men. And I remember just sitting there watching the splash screen, you know, and like the fight screen, and like like a Juggernaut would show up, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, it's got Juggernaut!" And then Magneto would show up, and I go, "Oh my God, they got Magneto! I have to play this." So from that, I was hooked, and then I was lucky because I was like I was born in 1990, so I was kind of like past some generations, but like money was tight, so like all I had was a NES, and I had an NES for a really long time, and I'm really glad I did because it exposed me to so many things that I otherwise wouldn't have been exposed to, because now like I'd have to go back and play them all, but I was like there for that, and then after the NES, I jumped right to PS1. And it was such a hard transition because I was like blown away. I'm like, this looks amazing, but like my little kid brain couldn't comprehend 3D and moving characters in a 3D space. It was,
okay,
it was
gotcha.
like an adjustment.
Yes.
No, it like broke me. But from there, it's just then I just played everything, anything I could get my hands on. I don't care where it was.
What was your
whatever.
first games that you played as on the PS1 that you can like harken it back?
Crash Bandicoot.
Right.
Jet Moto.
Ooh,
Jet Moto was
love
sick.
Jet Moto.
Yes,
Love Jet
everybody forgets
Moto.
about Jet Moto,
Everybody
right?
forgets about Jet Moto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jet Moto's so good. What was it? Cool Borders. Played a lot of Cool Borders.
Right.
And then just demo discs. That was like a game
That's
in and
when
of
we was
itself.
beta boy in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
All
No
right.
doubt.
So you transferred. All right. So you got the long distance on the Nintendo, and you said it was a hard transition because a lot of us got a chance to test analogs and stuff like that with other consoles and stuff. But your transition was straight into like what PlayStation was doing, which was great audio and incredible fast 3D graphics.
Yeah.
Right? Was you playing any fighting games? Because you mentioned Children of the Atom, and they did definitely get that game at a period of time. Did you just run out to get that game, to get that itch that you saw from the arcade?
From there, I don't remember how it went down, but like not long after I had seen that, I had gotten a Nintendo, an NES. But
Right.
I never really played any fighting games other than at arcades. Like,
Okay.
I was like, oh, this is where the fighting games are, because all I had was an NES, and there's
Right.
like
Yeah, I mean,
they
I'm
don't
talking
have
about when
Tekken
you
on
got your,
NES.
when you got
Tekken
your
on the NES.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
When you got your PlayStation, excuse me, did you get Children of the Atom to get that?
I
itch out of
actually
you?
didn't. No,
Oh
it
my
was
God.
like it was such a long gap that I had
Right.
kind of like faded from memory a little bit. I'm glad I'm able to like recall stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was playing like Star Wars Masters of Terraskazi.
Games, good games.
So let me back you up, because you actually had, like I said, you had the arcades. Shout out to the pizza shops and all those great spots that you go into, whether it be the grocery store, pizza shop, bodega, whatever, right? And then you get your NES, whatever. Now there's a gap. Now you said between NES and then that PlayStation. Did you experience any other consoles, whether it be from friends or just in general? Like, what was that gap about?
Yeah, I don't remember like the order, but I remember going to the kid down the block, his house, and he had a Nintendo 64.
Okay.
And I remember the first thing I remember seeing was "Hello," and Mario's face comes up.
Yeah.
You could like pull his nose and stuff, and I remember being like, "Wow, oh my God, this is incredible." And that I had always from then also wanted a Nintendo 64. The greed started early, where I just wanted everything. I'm like, gimme.
So they would shut my boy Jake down. Like the parents was like, nah, or it was just the situation just wasn't, where you were able to get all those, or even maybe trade with others or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was like money was limited, and that's how I feel like most of us. I don't want to speak for everybody, but like it was so different then because it was like you would get one game, and you would like intimately know that game. You would know every inch of that game, even if your first impression of the game was that it wasn't that great. You would still torture yourself with it because it was your one game for like 6 months at least.
Good point.
I missed that. You know?
Good point. Oh, good point. And then also, I always look at that as the years of the box art, where it was so important. Like there was no like resources online to go to.
Yeah.
So your decision making sometimes with that one game would be looking at the box art, whether it be the Toys R Us or whatever place you go to buy games. You know, it was just a different time, man.
In saying that, it was such a different time. And you said the box art. All right, so the reason why Cog is saying that is we would go to the store, and based off of the box art, you would know if you was going to get that game. But the experience, like Jake is alluding to, is see these guys get a bunch of games a month.
Right.
We got that one game, and we probably got it for our birthday, and then the next game was at Christmas, and we got intimately involved with that one game, so it had to be a sure shot. So that's where game magazines and stuff came in, and word of mouth. But opening it, do you miss the manuals and stuff like that, and the whole opening the package of it? Because it felt really, really good when you opened the manual and you was looking at all the moves and stuff that was in there, and they went to the paper, just one paper, and that kind of hurt me. But
on the way home would be the best. You just like you go through it all. You'd be like,
yes.
oh my God, look at all this, you know.
You look at the train or on the bus.
Yeah.
In the car. Man.
I'm going to admit to a crime. I'll confess to a crime.
Let's go.
An
Let's go.
exclusive.
Statutes of limitations
Let's do
over.
it.
You good?
No, you got it.
I was that kid. So when Blockbuster would put out new games, right? They'd put the manual in the Blockbuster box. Yep. But then usually somebody would take it. I was always that kid. I had a whole collection of manuals, and I feel so bad now.
Look, man, statute of limitations is up.
It's people like Jake's the reason they went away from that. I appreciate that, Jake.
Salute to you. That was a thing, though.
When you open up a case from now on, and you see no manual in that case,
you know who to go
Jake.
to.
Think of
Listen,
Jake.
I ain't gonna lie. I used to be mad at that, because you get it and it'd be like, damn, like what up? Because the manual was everything. Would teach you how to play.
And Jake was like Wario in the
you would open it, look for it, and he's like, "Where is it? Jake already took it, man. He already got it."
The kids are like, "How do I play the game? I don't even know." It's not.
Call Jake. Like, he had a number inside the box.
Call me now.
Call Jake.
Yeah, like Mario with the screwdriver. Like 1-800, call me.
Salute to
You
Jake.
just
man.
call Jake, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I lost that like 2 months ago. I don't know. I can't help you."
No, but he'll tell them when they call, all right, you got a Western Union and money, because you remember it's Western Union.
Back in the
You
day.
got a Western Union and money for me, and
Listen,
I'll tell
man.
you how to do the move.
I
As a
understand.
kid, I was like, "Pay me in gum."
No doubt, man. So from PlayStation 1, any other consoles in any order after that?
I actually don't remember. After that, it was just like full stop. Once I started, I was like, I'm gonna mow lawns. I'm gonna do odd jobs. I'm gonna save up, get as much money as I can to get every video game I can. It was PlayStation 2 was the first one I remember really busting my butt on and saving up, because it seemed like such an impossible amount of money. You know, for like a 10-year-old kid, it was like, oh my god. And then from there, it was GameCube, and I would bounce around because then I started like selling things and trading things.
Nice.
Right.
That's something that I'm kind of bummed about now, is that I don't have a big old collection, because I used to always just hustle my way up to the next new thing. And now I look back, I'm like, I wish I still had my GameCube. You know?
Right. But see,
That's all right.
what you were saying is, all right, so you learn commerce, right, at that point and at that age. You learn, you know, this was worth value, and I'm gonna get my money. And then you learn the barter system. Like, oh, you have that, and I'm going to trade for that to upgrade myself here.
Yeah.
Right. And okay, was you privy to the shiest in GameStop? did you get a chance to bring your console in and they told you it was worth 35 cents?
Basically understand the commerce of trading video games.
Yeah, learning how to get robbed. Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. But I was so hooked. I was like, okay, I'm going to take a hit on this. But then that means that I can get this thing. And instead of it costing me $50, it's going to cost me $37. Oh, what an amazing deal.
Yep.
I'm going to go for it.
Facts.
Right.
That's actually a good point, kid, because that was so much part of the culture back then. And Jake, you made a good point too. It's like our kid mind think, oh man, we're getting over. All I got to do is give all this stuff away, and then I can get this new thing that I really want for a little less money. But when you really look at how much you spent for all that past stuff that you are now trading in at a reduced value, it's crazy, man. Right?
Yeah, because he said what I feel. Mm-hmm. I don't have all those old systems because, you know, so I already told you I'm the original alpha beta tester, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I had Neo Geo CD every iteration. I had Neo Geo console every iteration, every Genesis, every iteration, and it was always sold or traded to go up, right? And at the detriment of myself, my older self later on. Now I go back and buy these retro consoles that I've had already. but the retro consoles, which is good, excuse me, works on my HD televisions now. We would have had to do so much converting, just think about it, Jake, to put a super graphics or a turbo graphics on our modern televisions now, and it wouldn't look good for us.
No, it'd be chaos.
Absolutely. So then again, so you got GameCube, all that other stuff, and then from that point on, it was just full stop. Every console, I'm assuming that came out 32-bit era all the way up.
Yeah, just chasing that good stuff.
Nice.
The only thing that was usually always out of my reach were the handhelds. I usually could just never scrape by enough. I was always kind of behind on the handhelds. I didn't have a PSP, but I borrowed a friend's. I had a DS, the original DS. And I didn't think it was that great. It took a while for it to kind of pick up steam. But consoles, I was always just trying to gobble up anything I could. And then eventually, once I learned the world of PC, forget about it.
It was over. No doubt, man. Good gaming history. Like that you kept that consistency at that point. What's up, man?
Speaking of Game Boy, if anyone in the chat wants to get washed at Pokemon Sword.
Oh, you offer smoke.
Yep. That includes Jess Gordon if you're in there.
Wow. Jess can get it too.
Yo, he said.
I like how he randomly just called out anybody who wants to smoke.
Yeah, well, I was like,
absolutely.
I'm looking. I'm scrolling the chat to see where the smoke came from.
I'm like, wait.
It was Jake talking about handheld, and a bell went off, and he said, anybody can get this work.
Anybody can get that work. Salute, man. Salute the addict for putting the challenge out. But yeah, man. So we just want to get into obviously great gaming history. Now I want to get into the content creation aspect. You know what I mean? As far as like, you know, what inspired you to kind of transition into that? And correct me if I'm wrong. Initially, you were kind of more in that like comedy space as opposed to just like the gaming space.
Yeah, that's true. So I had right after high school, I had a friend named Eric Striffler that was a YouTuber, and he made videos and stuff, and I kind of got on board with him, and I got a taste. I was like, this is really fun, and I can be myself, and I can just talk about stuff I love and goof with my friends, and I had a lot of fun with that, and that started to grow. And at the same time, I also was pursuing video game stuff. Video games were still ultimately what I really wanted to crack into. So I started trying to write for small sites because I was pretty okay in school with writing. You know, I enjoyed it. It was like the one thing in school I could nail, no problem. It was just once it started to become like it was like a job and you have to write, it didn't really click with me. So I pivoted to video, and through doing Pretty Much It is what it was originally called, doing that with my friends. That was just like, all right, now I'm just going to keep leaning into video game stuff and YouTube. And, you know, and now I think I actually missed the anniversary, but I've been uploading videos to YouTube now for over 10 years.
Wow.
Which is crazy to even say that out loud. Right there. It's so weird.
It's so interesting, so like to see, you know, people grow up in the space, you know, because we're a little older.
It's insane.
It's insane, right? It's insane, man.
What's crazy is you grew up with YouTube through its like rebel age, like
yeah, it's the Wild West.
Yeah, people don't understand. Like it's bad now, but it used to be like at least we have like semi of an understanding of what's going on now.
Yeah,
but back then YouTube was still not in the know. They didn't tell you anything, so you just had to experiment with everything to try to figure out what was working.
And we came up with all these weird like theories and stuff. It's like, oh, we upload like this because it might do that and it might fix that, and then maybe we won't get flagged. Like little things like that you just come up with. That and also just like it was so bad just their back end and everything that you would do, like saving video, tags, titles, uploading a video could take days. And processing could take days. It was nuts.
Completely
People don't
different
realize
time.
how good we do have it now.
No, it's a good point. It's actually a good point. Completely a different time. The things you must have experienced to now to see that transformation has to be very interesting coming from your perspective who kind of grew with the platform, right? So what I want to ask you now, transition now, obviously a lot of people in the chat, they saying they love Jake. Jake's the GOAT. And Paris and everybody's in there loving Jake. Now, a lot of people, when they first got in contact with you, obviously GameRanx, right? So, like, how was that experience for? Because from my understanding, again, you were hired by them. And then just going through that creative process, what was that experience like getting the whole GameRanx gig?
That was a whirlwind, you know, and I talked to you at PAX like about this. We went pretty in depth, and that was a lot of fun. I was like when I met you guys at PAX, like I've been thinking about you ever since. Like it's weird. I know that sounds creepy.
No, it's fine.
We like keep the lords out there.
Don't worry about it.
We appreciate you. Continue.
I had been wanting to like break into like a gig. Like I was making my own stuff, my own YouTube videos and stuff on games, but I kind of wanted to do it for a site. Like I wanted to be like the cool IGN video guy or like do something like that, you know? Right. So I was gunning for that really hard and trying to build up a portfolio and stuff. And I was applying to stuff. I got an interview where were they? The Village? I don't remember where their office was, but I got an interview at Kotaku.
Ooh.
And I got bodied. Like I was not prepared. I just was too green. I was too green. I got my foot in the door.
Okay.
But I was just too green.
I feel you.
And it was a learning experience. I was like, all right, time to get more skills. Try and, get better at doing voiceovers, get better at scripting, build things up. And then I just kept, trying to make stuff, put stuff out there. And then I saw someone put out a thing for GameRanx. They were looking for a video person. They didn't really have a YouTube channel, and they wanted someone to build that up. So I sent them a video of what I do, and it was just me being like, "Hi, I'm Jake. I do this and this and this and this, and I would like to do it for you." And then the owner, the main person of GameRanx, brought me on, and we built it up together. And now it's like snowballed into this big crazy thing, and now I just work there and hang out. And it's fun. I'm just happy that like I can pay my bills, and that's all I ever wanted with it. And it's fun. And now it's like way beyond me. Like now there's so many cool people there that make amazing things, and I sometimes I just kind of sit back and I'm like in awe of it all. It's
brother, you've come a long way, and again, shout out to Addict and put me on from back then too, like the top 10s, and you know what I'm saying, the before you buy, like you're like the before you buy guy.
Yeah, I am literally the guy in the thumbnail.
What's funny is like I didn't know your name at that time, and he was like, "Yeah, we're getting the." I searched you up on Google when you said your name about the PAX, and I was like, "Oh, that's the before you buy guy."
Yeah, that's GameRanx guy. That's GameRanx man.
Yeah, GameRanx man. Like, but it's so cool to see, like I said, your star kind of shine and be synonymous with that, and then again providing such informative material and things that people latch onto in the gaming space. It was really cool to kind of see that all develop for you, and like I said, it's been a tremendous fun. You see everybody in the chat. Shout out to Miles Dome, PA in there. He's the Iron Lords. Bless up, salute. Like you've got a following. Rafonzarelli's in there, Paris in there. Like people have grown with you in the space, brother. Like there's no doubt about it. So salute to you on that. What I wanted no doubt. What I wanted to transition from now on is obviously we're talking about Google, we're talking about YouTube in the early stages. Like, how is it as far as like being as a content creator, being beholden to like one platform initially, right? Because we know a lot of people, the algorithm is rough out here trying to figure out, how to do, what to do, what content to do, so like, how do you balance? Yeah, get at it. I was
going to say, not to mention, once you figure it out, they change it.
Yes. So like, how do you balance that? Like from going to trying to create content that, maybe that you think will hit, versus sometimes things that you may want to do that may not necessarily hit that algorithm, so to speak. Like, how do you deal with that from a content creation standpoint?
It's been interesting, actually. It's been a learning thing, especially with GameRanx, is that like the person who founded the site and then helped me like build up the channel. We had a good work rapport, like a good workflow where I understood that like the GameRanx's content and their video content, it's like top 10s, it's trends, it's searching, it's SEO stuff. And then I try and bring a little humanity to it. And there's like a push and pull. It's like, we got to do these types of videos. Okay. But like, what if we make it like this? So then people actually like it. So it's been a good back and forth doing that while also trying to navigate the waters of YouTube algorithms and stuff. It kind of broke me because now with my stuff I do on my channel, my personal channel, I've been uploading there forever, but like I've made it a priority now, mostly out of fun, but also really just to see how I can abuse the algorithm back. Because it's like all day at GameRanx, right? I spend my time doing the algorithm and like worrying about like how to title videos and stuff. So then for my channel, I just go, all right, how do we break this? Let's tank this. Like what kind of video could we put out that's just gonna not work? And let's see how it does anyway. And it's been kind of satisfying.
Jake's talking about, I learned 100 ways not to make a light bulb.
No, salute to him, because again, it's that push pull. I feel it again. You know, looking at the day-to-day content, then there's content that sometimes doesn't do well initially, and then, you know, like, was it like the evergreen content, and then people come back to it and stuff like that. So it's so much going on, and then obviously, you know, with other platforms, you know, Patreon and other things and other different sources, it's like this balancing act. But you actually transitioned perfectly. What I was going to ask you was your personal channel, right? So, you know, how did that move come about, and then growing that the personal YouTube Jake Baldino channel?
So I've had that channel for a really long time, even back when I was doing pretty much it with my friends. I've always had my own channel. I was always making my own stuff, and it would go through ups and downs, you know, because I was always working on other things. So the time I ended up always spending with that, it kind of just ebbed and flowed. And then it was dead for like a year and a half because I was working so hard with GameRanx and just doing that I let it kind of. And so I think it was at the start of the pandemic. It was actually, they announced Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake. And it's like my favorite series ever. And I was so excited. And the way GameRanx works is that we don't always do videos that are like, breaking news, this happened. Like, we don't really do those types of videos. So I was like, I got to talk about this somewhere. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, dummy. You have a channel. Let's go.
My own channel. I can do that.
So I started uploading from there again. And it's been more this time now for sanity. You know, like it's like I do day-to-day work at GameRanx. And then on my channel, I literally will just, if I feel like making a video about this, I do it. I put it out there. Because that's how YouTube used to be. Like, that's how I started. I just went on there to talk about what I loved. And I kind of had to find that again. So it's like, you come to my channel and it's like, yeah, like mostly I make gaming videos. But then every once in a while, I want to make a video about Batman Begins for no reason. Or Terminator. Or DeLoreans. Like, I just, whatever I want to yap about, I do it. And it's been so much fun. And people are starting to get it.
Let me ask you a question, Jake. All right, because you're going into the whole cathartic feeling of YouTube as far as getting what's inside of you out, right? And then you're at GamerRanx, and you have to do the format, whatever pops up, whatever's on the board, stuff that you have to do, and stuff like that, blah blah blah, turns into a job, right? And then the pandemic comes, and you're like confined to this space. Everything is starting to be limited. You're starting to feel the walls closing in, and boom, Tony Hawk pops up. And you're like, I got to talk about this. You get the feeling back, you get that thrive back, you get that push back, and then you realize I got my channel, and you run back to your channel, and then all the energy starts to come back. Did you feel rejuvenated when you went back and started making your videos on your platform to talk about the things that Jake cares about that's inside of Jake?
Oh, 1000%. It's almost like therapy.
Yeah,
you know, it really is. And I'm doing it different this time, different approach. I have somebody helping me out behind the scenes, and that's been kind of fun. Just bouncing some ideas off of someone. I'm like, oh, that's new too. Like all this is new. So it's like I'm still doing the same stuff where I just turn on a camera and I yap, but with a little bit of a different actual mission statement behind it. Every single video, I mention it as kind of like, you know, people always say like, hey, and while I'm here, click the like button and subscribe, like in the middle of a video. I'll always try and sprinkle in like, I'm just talking about what I love. And if you appreciate hearing somebody talk about what they love, then like come on board.
No doubt. Get Addict, you want to jump in?
Because one thing I don't think people realize when it comes to like YouTube, it is just like, people only see the after results. They don't see the during making the video. They don't see the prepping the video. They don't see, okay, you look at us like you're writing whatever kind of bullet points or any scripts, and then it's just like they don't understand like putting all of that on paper or on, you know, a tablet into like a voice format to get to the video. Like, it's very time consuming. Like,
It's a lot.
and
It's a lot.
people think literally that people do this in a couple like in 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
And then they're all they in the comment section say, "Why did you do this? Why didn't you do that?" and then I'm like, "Why don't you have a YouTube channel, then?"
Bro? And what Jake said, Attic, you're on fire, because what Jake also said that resonates for me is that, you know, during that period, you know, he's climbing, right, and he's putting out this content, but he's also, it's almost like a dark period, because people don't realize, like, you're so focused on improving and getting better, your personal life is kind of not in the picture. Like, it's almost like your head's down and it's just content. How can he make it better and stuff like that? And let's be honest, sometimes we ain't getting the best sleep. You ain't eating the best, and you know what I'm saying? Like, because the grind is real, because it's like you finally start to see success and you start to hit that button and it's head down from there. Can you understand and relate to that period of your life, Jake?
Oh yeah. I have something I call the dark ages, or the dark period.
Facts.
Where like it was like the first 2 years of GameRanx or so, and it was really crazy, and we were building like crazy. It was like I missed family events. I don't really remember anything. Like, it was just this period in my life where nothing happened, no forward progress of anything other than the work.
Yes.
And it's
The
good
black
because
hole.
it built things up, but the problem is also, like, you know, the bigger you get, the more catastrophic any little mistake is. You know, you get
Preach.
a fact wrong or anything like that, and we screwed up. We screwed up yesterday so bad in a video. One of our guys said that Galahorn was in Destiny 2.
Oh no!
No, it was not.
Yeah. And so we screw up. Like, we're
I gotta
people.
go downvote this. What video is that?
No.
He said, no, stop it.
But we screw up, you know, and I think that's part of what also is, like, you know, you burn yourself out.
Yep.
But then on the flip side, there's also, like, you just see glimpses of a human. Like, you know, our videos are a little rough sometimes. There's little editing mistakes, but we keep it there because it's like, hey, it's just people.
No
you know?
doubt.
I think that's the reason that people gravitate towards GameRanx in general, because like every video you could feel some form of personality in it. Like, for the most part, I've never watched any video on that channel and felt this is a robot talking. Like, it's always felt like genuine, just people making videos about stuff they love. And a lot of places you don't get that, man. You know, a lot of outlets and stuff, it really just feels like they're just reading something behind the camera, and then they just move on. Like,
It's hard too.
I like
we learned. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I just like the fact that you touched on the burnt out.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, people don't understand, like, the more you do, it's like a candle, right? And if you're not putting wax into the candle, you're going to eventually get down to the bottom of the candle, right? And if you're just grinding, you're just burning, you're burning. But at that same time that you was burning, you was learning where you were at. See, I like to go right back to the channel, because each and every last one of us do certain things outside of the channel, right? Outside of ILP, right? Cog does the last word. He does Define and Duke. Sovereign, we do round table reviews with the Lords. We're going to get back to that. That's why he's such a huge movie fan, and he's anti the crap that I'm into, like, you know, Disney Plus and stuff like that, and HBO Max. He's anti that, because that's
not anti that.
but it takes away from your camaraderie, the group, the platform that you have. And Attic has his channel that I feel like is, you know, helps with a lot of things, because, you know, my child actually I really don't like this to say this stuff, but my child actually loves to watch Attic play games. Actually does, right?
Wow.
And he does. He's like, he's playing, Daddy. I'm like, man, get out of here.
Is that another F-bomb, Daddy?
I don't cuss on my channel anymore.
Very good.
He cut it down. He's actually, you know, I let my kid watch him. But I say that to say that when you learned all the stuff that you learned over here, and then you said you wanted to do a whatever video. It could be like a pizza video, like you had a bomb pizza.
I'm working on that. Yeah.
Right.
We're gonna get into some pizza.
Right. And then you like, yo, let me do this video about this. That's that joy. And it was a period of time when I was going through a transition, because when you statue collecting, you get into let me do the next statue. right? So, who's first out with the statue? That's not my platform. My platform is talking about characters that I love with some personal.
Yeah, you
inside.
always had that backstory to the character, and
right.
Spider-Man
and I had
villains
to step away because it was a period of time where people was like, "Oh, no KOS this week," or "Oh, no this." The pandemic was like, crushing in, and you start reevaluating yourself, and then it's great to hear that you found you.
Yeah.
You found you again, and you with all that knowledge that you had here, you brought it back here, and the spark is like in flames. So you're back. You put more wax back to your candle.
Absolutely.
And I just find that just really refreshing to hear that somebody felt that they was like a little burnt out in a certain area, and they got rejuvenated back here. And that Tony Hawk, that love of that game, I got to talk about it.
I think there's something that I realize now that you guys at GameRanx have been doing it forever, and it's the fact that you have all these creators on there just talking about stuff that they love. I was looking at Giant Bomb, right? Giant Bomb has recently had like a big shakeup where some of their founders left and the entire format changed. And now they have this format where it's sort of like a variety show type thing, where it's like they have their regular podcast, but then they have weekly shows from different creators that have their own channels, they have their own things going on, and they're on the Giant Bomb platform. So it gives it that variety. They're just basically shooting the crap about stuff that they love to talk about. But it's real in a way that it doesn't feel produced with like this overall sense of like, this is our mission statement for this. This is our mission for this platform. No, the platform is open, and everybody who comes in and makes content has their own mission. And I think that's great, because I think if there's anything to figure out about YouTube, it's that like the you in YouTube really matters.
Let me ask you a question, Jake. Like, since you have so many different variety of content creators at GameRanx, is there ever a time where you had to like negotiate with someone because you wanted to make a video that they wanted to make too?
No, that's a good question. No, not really. We're pretty like, it just kind of works out. It's actually been pretty nice. There's never really been any friction, which is
not friction, good. Just like like Skyward. Because if Skyward Sword came up and Addy got a chance to do Skyward Sword, I'm like, no,
you're not worthy.
I'd let you make that video. I'd let you make that video.
Oh my god!
Because we do that in the background. Like topics that come up for the week, and we. and I'll post without looking exactly who put something, and Saul will put a thumb.
We'd be like, bro, we got that.
He said, look up. I got that. And I'm like, oh god,
damn it.
I remember 1 week it was like really, really dry, and King posted 3 topics, and then we were like, yeah, Saul's got that, Addict's got that, God's got that, and he's like, why don't you just pick mine? I'm not looking.
Where King is, you got to beat King to the PlayStation smoke topics.
Yes.
He'll jump on those, and it's like, oh man, here we go. This one's gonna go left. So you got to get them before him. Sometimes.
I don't know, King, man. People might start saying you that Xbox dude that only talks about PlayStation.
Moving on. And the sad part about that is, I'm a real PlayStation dude.
Yeah, you from the beginning. Yeah, no doubt.
First day.
No doubt. So moving on real quick, we got a couple of questions I want to ask Jake. And because video games podcast, you're in the podcast space, man.
Yes.
So talked about that, Lord Andrew, right? Like what was going? How did that whole thing start?
So that's been a different approach too that I've been trying, where we do it and that's it. We just put it out there. Okay. We don't promote it. We don't push it. We just do it. And if you're into it, you show up and you hang out. And we have a really good Discord community around that podcast. But it's been one of the things I've made that is the least numbers. Not numbers focused, like no, doesn't matter. We just put it out there. It's an hour-long conversation between 2 best friends. We've been friends since 3rd grade.
I can feel the energy.
So actually the other day I told him, we were sitting here because he works at GameRanx too, and I was like, hey, you remember when you introduced me to Metal Gear Solid? And he was like, I did. I was like, yeah, you don't remember that? He's like, no. I was like, we were in like 4th grade and you were like, you got to play this. It's like Mission Impossible, but you're cooler. And I was like, okay. And then the rest was history. And I had to like remind him, and he was like, oh wow, I guess I did. You're welcome.
It's those stories, man, that chemistry between friends and stuff like that. So I love podcasting with these lords here. You know what I mean?
It's good. I need to do it more.
Yeah,
like just in general. Like that's why I love doing it with you guys. I need to like just talk.
Just
You know,
talk.
we don't work off of. So GameRanx doesn't do. You know, we try to avoid full scripted videos.
Right.
A lot of bullet points and stuff because it then sounds like a real person, right?
Right.
But you're still at the end of the day, like making sure you get things right, making sure you say things, and it's like a podcast. You just yap.
Yeah.
And
No,
it's so
absolutely.
nice.
It's great. It's great, man. Salute to you on that, and I love that you're doing that.
Talk about
And then-
NPD so bad. Man. They want to get to NPD.
Those are your people.
I see. All right.
Let's focus on Jake right now. We'll get to the other
I'm
stuff.
just looking at what
I know. We'll get to other
going
stuff.
on over there.
But
And they're
anyway.
very messy.
Anyway, moving on. One last one also too is the negative machine of content creation, right? And one thing I've seen, you specifically kind of made a conscious effort to kind of like, you don't really engage in that. Right.
No.
And we know, the faces and everything's terrible. And, let's be real. When it comes to the algorithm, right. And it comes to
Let's be real.
a lot of that stuff wins.
What you're saying, he didn't jump on the hate train. He
Right.
stayed off the hate.
He's
That's
made
not his
clearly, if you look
personality.
at his content, he's made a conscious decision. So my question to you is why resist that type of content when, let's be real, a lot of other content creators are successful at doing it? Why is that important you to resist falling into that?
Because I just like this. That's it. That's
you
why
go.
I'm here. That's why I'm here. There's no agendas. There's no anger. There's things that are worth calling out. And like GameRanx does, we still do videos every once in a while like these are the worst games. Or we call out, Battlefront when it had the big loot box issues.
And
Like there
Anthem,
are things
gotta
that
call
need to
Anthem
be
out too.
yeah, you gotta like call things out. But there's the whole real reason that we're here. Like even just some of the crazy deep arguments that people get about games so loses the thread that like we're just, and it's so hard to like not always try and push this and sound like, oh, I'm above this or anything, but like it's just for fun. That's it. That's why we're here. That's why like I picked up Game Informer or EGM or Nintendo Power, and I flipped through the pages endlessly until the pages ripped because I just like this stuff.
He on to something, man. It's about the games, brother. At the end of the day, we gamers. That's what it should be about.
And mental health.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
I do.
Okay, this thing is driving me nuts. What the hell is that on your left shoulder?
Oh, the hot dog?
This? Oh, it's a hot dog.
That's a hot dog?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a giant cardboard hot dog.
Yeah, okay. So from the side, right? Because I have this Miles Morales statue with Venom, and it looked like Venom mouth. I'm like,
He's like,
Oh
what
my
is
god.
Oh my Venom's tongue
Johnny
like
got
that.
when you look at the statue, like you see it, but I don't know what it is from the side, so I'm just sitting there like, oh,
I just love-
it was driving me absolutely nuts.
I just love how Jake is like, it's a hot dog, man.
Yeah,
Hot
it
dog.
is. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people in the chat is like, what is that on this?
Yeah,
statue?
people ask. It's from it was stolen from a Target. You can hang above the food section at Target.
Oh
My friend
man,
worked at Target and he swiped
taking
We finding out a new thing
taking-
about Jake.
taking manuals and he's taking hot dog promotions.
All
He
right.
likes it and he takes it.
No doubt. Now, this is the one that everybody wanted me to ask you. This is the last interview gaming question for Jake. Is I need you to clear the air. There's a raging debate going on, Lord Jake, and the realm needs to know. They need to know if you're going to tell these evil Chicago pizza lords why New York pizza is far superior than that lasagna that they call pizza. Can you set the record straight once and for all, Lord Jake? Just rep New York real quick. Never mind my bias, but just if you could just set the record straight.
And I mean all this respectfully. Yes. Like it's good. Chicago pizza's good.
Yes.
It is good. It's just too much. It's just a lot. And I think part of the New York style pizza and like what we like about it is the utility aspect of it, where it's always the same wherever you get it. It's always a varying level. It's always the same. You can only get a couple things on it. There's only a couple things you're gonna put on it.
Right.
You take it with you, you eat it, you shove it down. It's like $2.
Fold it.
It doesn't matter.
Fold
But it's like that's it. It's like a cup of coffee. Like I feel like it's like pizza and coffee. It's like that's it. And I've been struggling a lot more now with this as like I have like a growing audience and like some followers on Twitter, and I think I've gotten so much pushback when I used to just tweet out a piece of pizza and everyone would be like, oh, you sweet baby. And people would be like, that's amazing. Now I tweet it out, and I guess because I have people following me from so many different parts of the world, there are people who are like, what is that? What is that? And I'm like, you don't understand. They're like, who eats plain cheese pizza? I'm like, I'm not from Virginia. It's different here. Like, that's no offense to Virginia, but like, it's not like pizza you get anywhere in the country. Right? So it's like,
Chicago
out of all the places he can say, he says Virginia.
Like my thing is, if you can't fold the pizza, and you know, and New York pizza, you fold it, it stick out. Out. It'll poke you in the eye to take your eye out.
Yeah.
You understand?
it can't flop.
It can't flop. But you know what? You go to Boston and you pick up a Boston pizza, you fold it, it flop, it's limp, it's not good, it's bad business, right? In Chicago, you pick up their pizza, you need 2 hands. You need 2 hands to pick up the pizza, and you can't fold it. If you can't fold it, it's not bueno. So in New York, we're about efficiency, and we also
there you go.
make
There
sure
you
that
go.
you have that weapon, just in case somebody run up on you. You're like,
Poke him in the eye.
with the pokey pizza. Get back up off me while I drink my coffee.
I'm glad Lord Jake has set the record straight. We needed clarity, you know what I'm saying, on the New York style pizza.
I could have did without the Virginia slander.
Salute.
He said, I didn't even know Virginia made pizza. My bad.
No doubt, sir. And Lord Jake, the question that also Ro wants to know, top 5. We got to get into it, man.
Ooh.
Top 5 video games or franchises of all time for Lord Jake. I know what one is.
Oh, wow. I haven't done this in a while. I'm going to stumble through this. Metal Gear Solid, number 1.
Oh, okay.
Number 2, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Is it the franchise or just itself? Any particular
Yeah,
one?
I played most of them. Actually, well, I
Okay.
played all of them. And
I feel like you're trying to lead the witness again.
Yeah,
And I'm
King
just
leads the
asking
way.
him
Yeah, King
because
is definitely
it was 1 and 2 that got the juices flowing. So
yeah.
I don't know if it's the franchise
It's 4.
or if it's just one.
4. That's his favorite one. It's 4.
You're actually right. You're correct. It is. You nailed it. Yeah.
He stalks you. Watch it.
Nice.
Yeah. So what did I say? Tony Hawk. Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear.
Resident Evil.
Ooh.
Max Payne.
Ooh. First Max Payne reference for ILP.
Yeah.
First.
Solve is like, ooh.
Yes.
Yes.
And then can I say Spider-Man games? I know it's
Yeah,
not like
you
a
could.
franchise.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
I play every damn one, even
Yeah,
the
it's a
bad ones.
franchise.
Every single one. I love every minute of them, even when they're not good. I can't get enough of it.
Question, since he said Spider-Man.
Leading the witness.
I'm just asking a question. Out of all the Spider-Man games, which one is the best in your opinion?
Oh, see, told you. Lead
Yeah,
the
you already know where
witness.
this is going. But here you go.
Look,
I
he
think
has
I
to
would have-
think.
Let him go.
Yeah, I do have to think. It's probably Insomniac Spider-Man.
Oh, King loving you now.
2018.
King is loving you.
King.
That's
Look
his
at
job.
No.
acting-
He already
acting
loved
like
him
he's
since Skyward Sword.
surprised. He's surprised.
You know why? He had to think about it because he could have said Maximum Carnage because I'm pretty sure it ran through your head.
Yep, it
Right,
does that
so-
and Web of Shadows. Even
And
though
Web
people
of
would
Shadows.
laugh at me.
Okay.
So it's these games that we have. They act like all the Spider-Man games was bad. No, that was only when they had fog at the bottom of the floor and we couldn't go down there.
That's
That
true.
was great.
That's true.
Yeah, that was that. But they had really good games going through. So I just wanted to know, being that you did play from back then, and you don't have recency bias like a lot of people. I just wanted to find out.
No
which one.
doubt.
Yeah,
no
for me, the undeniable thing about it is just it told like a Peter Parker-esque Peter Parker story.
Yes.
Yep.
Like,
Mature
and
story.
that stood to me more than anything. Yeah, like the graphics are amazing. You feel like Spider-Man when you're swinging. But it was the story it told that was like, I was like, this is ripped from the pages. This is so good.
Yes. You know what I also like about that? The DLC continued a great story too. It was like each DLC was something that you wanted to purchase, not something that you felt that you had to purchase, but it was something that continued a great story going through, and I thought they did a real good job with that.
No doubt.
I agree. The only thing I didn't like was Hammerhead. I think they made him look like a clown.
Yes, yes.
But besides that,
he's a good boss.
No doubt. Favorite console of all time, any generation.
Woo, it's probably PS2.
Ooh,
Wow.
PS2 in the
Was it
building.
because it's the one that you grinded the hardest for to get with your own money?
I think there's some of that, and also it's just like when I think of the library, that's the first thing I think of is just like an endless stream of games that are all really damn good.
Salute, no doubt. Let's get into it. Last week's poll results are in, and the people have spoken. With the MPD sales success of multiplayer third-party titles that are also day and date on Game Pass, do you think a single-player title can have a similar day and date MPD success in Game Pass? The winner at 66% of the vote was yes. Game Pass games will still encourage paid sales for single-player games. Coming in at second at 23% of the vote was the Messy Lords. I don't care. Let's deflect and talk about the PlayStation Plus subscriber numbers. And in last place at only 9% of the vote was no. The service will only cater to multiplayer or co-op games to drive engagement group. Lord Solve, your thoughts on this, sir?
I mean, it just from the beginning. This is one of the things that from the beginning, I was like, nah, this can't be. Like, given the chance to play a game for quote unquote free or whatever, you're gonna play it free. Right. But the fact of the matter is that no, like people will gravitate to that if they want to and play it that way. They'll purchase it if they want to. It doesn't deter people from not purchasing the game.
No doubt.
Hey, you already see MLB The Show is the second best-selling game of the year so far.
Yeah, that is insane.
Shout out to Xbox.
Here you go.
I'm just saying, who did that for you? Phil down this match was really expensive. Like baseball season was coming, and we didn't know what was going to happen, and then boom, shakalaka. First party studio. We love you, Sony. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
you're ridiculous.
We didn't believe it was true in the beginning because it's like, how could it be?
Right.
And it just keeps proving itself correct.
No doubt. Let's get into this topic. So, Lord Addict, you're up.
Do you want to read these super chats?
Yeah.
There's not too many.
It's not too many. Okay, it's not too many. Let's just get out.
We got KDK, $5 super chat. Sorry I left you out before COG. I ran out of characters. I'm very happy to see you.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
Happy Lord's Day.
Thank you. I feel included. I feel wanted now. Thank you.
And we have Beaner with the $5 super chat. I just got a negative test result from the clinic.
Oh, okay.
Turns out the itch was to play Hades, not chlamydia.
Oh my God. Bro.
Wow.
What's going on?
Whoa.
That was intense.
Thank you for sharing, but damn.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Where did that come
That was loose. Good
That
thing.
was like-
He was saving that one.
He was saving that one.
So he wanted to spark
My
conversation.
goodness. My goodness. That's something otherwise old gamers are.
Yes, that's usually his bag.
and
That's a Wilmy one.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Then we got Hard to Find, $5 super chat. Shout out to King for being a creep, getting intimately involved with his games.
Wow.
Hey, we were making a point.
My goodness.
Listen, I don't care how he take it. I'm intimate with my game.
Yeah, be proud.
Speak your truth.
There you go. Thank you.
Let's go.
They're
There
mine.
we got Four Eyes Malone, $5 super chat. I'm in the same boat as y'all. I wish I had not traded in my collection of games. A copy of Def Jam Fight for New York would be nice right now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Salute.
love those games.
What else we got?
Then we got Face with the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. You guys ain't talking about MPD this week.
King.
Well, as we know, MPDs has shown up, and it's wonderful. It feels so good. I'm intimately
Wait, can I do it
involved
too?
with my game.
I want to be included.
Oh my God, it's epidemic. We all have it. We all
Are
have
you
it.
implying that they're
I thought-
ignoring the Switch involved with MPD? That's what we're implying?
Well, listen, Switch is out here selling consoles, is doing what it's supposed to do. We have a wonderful game leading the way with the sword up. Let's follow them all the way.
Wait,
through.
but what about the other part of MPD?
Oh, well,
that
PlayStation.
What about
is back on
PlayStation,
my-
sir?
What about that part, sir?
Yes.
Well, PlayStation earning, they earned.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we here to earn.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so about
Here
the
to
time
earn.
they earn and they keep. What game came out last month that the consoles? Some got to work for them. God bless. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, it was nice. Like the month before, Microsoft out earned them. Sold less, out earned them. They sold more and finally earned.
I felt so sorry for Gene last week. Gene comes in here with facts.
Yes.
Yeah, hardcore facts. And all King has to say is, where the receipts though? And everybody's like, yeah, that's right. Where the receipts though?
I'm just really good at spinning it. Sorry.
Anyway.
Wow.
What else we got, Sal?
Then we got Hargeet Shani, $5 super chat. I don't see abandoned as one of the topics. King, you have to talk about it.
Well,
Listen,
they abandoned.
Yeah,
I don't see what else to talk about. Like, we've clowned on Abandoned like 3 times. Like,
yeah, man.
there's not
That's-
much else we could say. You
that
guys are
sucks
being
so bad.
finessed,
Yeah.
and you're okay with being finessed.
But what
So
it is a
continue
lot
to
of
be a
people
finesse.
don't know the history of what is it, Blue Balls?
Blue Ball
Studio.
That's why we didn't have it as a topic.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's like people don't know the history of that studio and what's transpired, and it just sucks that other people that don't know that want to support and go to these platforms and put their money in, and they don't have any return off of it, and it kind of sucks. So it's not something to like joke about, because people actually lost funds in trying to show some form of support, and everybody wants to go out and support. Right, but then you like, oh, this up and coming, they have a great idea, they're gonna come out with this, and boom, you got duped.
No doubt.
So, and then not enough people go out and expose them, and then the next person gets duped. You know, so it kind of sucks.
What else we got?
That's a good point. I've never heard anyone like have a take like that about that. I think that's something that's really worth considering. People like you know.
Yeah,
No doubt. What else we got? Solve?
We got Mods Gaming, $10 super chat.
Mods. What's up,
oh,
brother?
that's my guy.
I must try the Chicago pizza pie one day.
No, you ain't missing that.
No, listen. All right, so
You're not
Mods,
missing anything.
Don't even
Mods.
let him try it.
Mods, he has to try, because some people like abundance, right? So if you do, though, make sure that I'm with you so we can go to a nice safe section so you can buy your pizza. We can get
Safe
back on the plane and leave. You don't want to just willy-nilly just get out there and buy a pizza. That's not what you want to do.
Yeah, no, not
What else
at
we
all.
got, Solve?
We're good.
All right, cool. Let me and while you do that.
Oh wait, sorry.
No,
one
no.
more. Sorry. We got Hargit Chani, $2 super chat. Pizza in Boston, you eat chowder and lobster.
This is true.
This is true. That's
They're
true.
not to be beaten.
No
man.
doubt. Caught up there.
Yes.
All right, cool. And Teespring merch. Shout out to Anonymous. Bought a classic tee. I see you with the drip. Another Anonymous got the white ILP. See you with the drip. Third Anonymous. You
Put the crest up.
You got the long sleeves. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
ILP. All right, somebody put their name in. Robert Cummings. Shout out. He got the all over print joggers. No doubt the Unity line. We got the joggers out there. No doubt. So you
See, I'm
see.
wearing a different level of our merch today. Cog is wearing his different level. I'm wearing my different
We
level
appreciate-
of merch.
Actually, I have one on too.
Oh, there we go.
Everybody got the merch on.
And we got Lognet's finest right there. Right there. There's Lognet.
Salute to everybody. We appreciate it. Let's
Beautiful.
get into this topic.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you
Yes,
guys
sir.
have the flags available for purchase?
The flags. Which one?
Flags.
What you
We're
mean?
talking about the thing
ILP
behind you
flags.
on the belt.
Yeah, like what you guys got
Oh, you
behind
talking
you.
about that?
The banner.
We a
the
banner. Yeah, we
yeah.
got the banner. We got the banner.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
good.
banner's up there. Yeah, we got. If you look pinned on the YouTube channel, I mean, right now in the live chat, we've got the Teespring link for all that stuff's up
Nice.
there. Thank
Nice.
you, sir. Much
All right.
appreciated. And yeah, let's get into this topic. So, Lord Addict, man, big one, Hades release. Right now,
Sovereign
Game
smiling.
Pass, Sovereign's favorite that is very upset with us. But yeah, what are you feeling? And then let's get Lord Jake's opinion in this once you finish.
Let me mute my music.
Okay. Uh-oh. Here we go.
Okay, first off, people who came at me just because I said that
Why do
I
you
like
start with the
return-
smoke?
No,
Yeah.
the smoke's getting
start.
addressed first. The smoke is getting addressed first. The people that would sit there, hey, addict, what? Why do you like what?
Returnal.
Why do you like Hades more than Returnal? Look, it's not my fault that the game is better. It's just not my fault. Like, I get it. Like, I know I don't get it. You guys are wrong. Like, look, Hades. Like, okay, I'm being a fraud when it came to the perspective of Hades. I didn't play it, so I didn't know it. I haven't played a whole lot of roguelike games, and people told me Hades is a huge roguelike game. It's like the entity that people look at when they think about roguelike games.
I don't want to go that far.
So I'm sitting here, I'm playing Returnal. And keep in mind, just like someone in the chat said, people were saying I didn't play Returnal. People were saying I didn't play much of Returnal.
No,
I got to the fourth bio. That's almost the entire game.
Right.
That's more than halfway through the game.
Right.
And then they're like, but Addict, why didn't you like it? It's such like a roguelike game. There's a difference. When I play Hades and I die, I'm like, man, let me take the stuff that I did through
One more
this-
time.
Let me
go
take
one
the
more.
stuff that I got through that death. Let me upgrade stuff, get better weapons, and let's go out there again and get this done.
Yep.
When I played Returnal and about an hour in and died, I want to uninstall that bastard.
No, well, tell me about like when you played it and you got all that stuff and it crashed and you lost everything. Tell me about that. Tell me about that though.
Look,
Tell me
man,
about when you
I
really
did-
wanted to return it.
Oh my god.
Look. I will
Return
say that there were some glitches that I'm not going to bring up the the glitch thing because it
Why
didn't
not?
happen to me much. I can't
Oh,
speak
okay.
on
It
something
happened
that
to a
didn't
lot
happen
of
to
people.
me.
Let's talk about the consumers.
But
Now you're concerned.
all I'm saying is like when you die in Hades, you could take the keys, get you new weapons.
Yeah.
When you die in Returnal, you got that damn pistol again. Like there's no changing that. Like I don't, to my knowledge, because you only got to the 4th biome.
Right.
Maybe there's some kind of thing that you could start with the weapon you want. But that to me, that's a lot. Like every time I die in Returnal, I'm being forced to use the pistol over and over again. So it's just like, but in Hades, you can upgrade certain abilities every run. You can manually choose what weapon you want to take out there.
Right.
Then they give you another currency that you could give to certain people to have like pretty much an artifact from Destiny to enhance you in some other way. And it's just like, none of that is in Returnal, guys. Like, stop it. Stop the capping.
So the rogue light is really light on that part and Return It. And,
Return It.
And in Hades, they really lean into the fact that it gives you a lot of choice. It gives you a lot of reasons to explore the game and go deeper into the game. Pause.
Is Returnal got some roguelike features? I would say to a point,
right.
But after playing Hades, I would say very, very light, like very, very light.
Do you feel that it's because of the graphics of Returnal?
I feel like Hades looks better than Returnal.
Okay, yeah.
Wow,
I mean, art style
Wow,
wise, I mean,
okay.
it's apples and oranges, right? But do you feel like, the fan base that is clamoring is only 560,000 of you guys, and I don't believe that is only.
Keep that number on deck. Keep
the sales numbers on deck for Returnal.
You have to with these dudes, because they always talking numbers, right?
So you're implying the 10 million versus
this
the
is a
560.
banger. This is a banger.
Oh my god!
So, but I'm just saying, like, and I know 560,000 people didn't get at you, so let's take that number down to the 20 people that decided to talk. All right, so these individuals that came at you because you purchased the game, I saw you play the game, and you really didn't care for the game after what the game did to you.
Well, no,
right?
I can't say Returnal is a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's just
Install it?
No, it's actually still installed on this.
See, guys,
this blunt weapon object I have called a PS5.
Y'all messy right now. Continue. Y'all wow.
Like when it comes to like Returnal's not a bad game by any means. It's a fun game that you could play. It's just I do feel like this was made after Hades,
right?
And clearly that there's a lot of aspects in Hades that this game could have really used. Like, and people go sit there. Addict, it's because it's a PlayStation versus Xbox thing. How many games on Xbox have I completely went in on this show? Like, of course. I'm so sick and tired if you have any type of criticism.
So you're implying
on any PlayStation
that there's a sensitivity involved.
No, there's definitely a sensitivity. Such a sensitivity. Some of you need help.
Jake, all I'm doing right now is feeding him fire.
Yes, I know. Let's, because I know Jake's time is limited. I gotta respect it. So let's get Jake's opinion of Hades and the fact that it launched on Game Pass or whatever. Or if he's already played it already, what's your take on Hades?
Hey, also first, don't feel rushed. I'm good.
You good? Oh,
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, come on.
Good.
Hades, I haven't played a lot of, and I'm guilty of it. And I should have played it even when it was out on PC. I had a friend that was deep in it when it was early access.
So I'm giving you a shot in the slide. I continue.
Yeah, I haven't jumped into it a lot. But first impressions, it's like everybody is really cool and smooth. My friend Andrew explained it the best way like that. Like just like the presentation, the characters, but like the vibe and the writing. Like everybody's like smooth and it's cool. Gameplay wise though, so far it's probably gonna be up my alley. Everybody told me to play it because I'm a really big Dead Cells fan.
Yes.
I know it's like not the same
There
thing.
we go.
But
that's the Godfather.
yeah,
Okay.
honestly. Okay. So I'm early, but I'm into it. It.
No doubt. Salute. Now let's get my brother Solve in here.
Let him go last.
No, he's got to go next.
Let him
go next. I'll go last.
Oh, you want to go last?
So he can back clean up because I don't want to be able to say anything to him. I want him.
Can I actually give my opinions on Hades?
Yes, please.
Yeah, exactly.
The only reason why
talk about the game.
No, the only reason why I did fast forward is at the time I thought, but now Jake's with us. We good. Back to you, Addict. Back to you.
Hades is definitely like what I like about Hades is it's like Jake said, like the game just like it feels alive. Like, you know, it feels like every character has a purpose. You know, one thing I'm curious on, because I'm not a huge, unless it's like God of War, I don't really know a whole lot of mythology.
Right.
Like, is the son a real character, or is that someone they just made up?
They made him up.
They made him up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because like I like him. He's a very likable character. Like when he dies, it comes back. Like he makes jokes that he's like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like I really enjoy
Voice
that.
acting.
When you
He's
talk
very handsome.
He's a very handsome boy. Yeah.
Handsome guy.
And I like when you talk to your dad. Like he's like, I don't know why you keep trying. This. You're not getting nowhere. Like,
yeah, Hades vs.
like it's got that comedic relief thing.
Yes,
but it feels serious. Like it feels like they're not trying to be funny. Like like when you run into Meg, that's you know, one of the first bosses. She's always like, and what's funny is like it has that mental capacity that when you run into her, it's acknowledging that she has served you before. Like she's killed you multiple times. You run into her, she's like, why do we keep doing this? You know, you're not. And then when you finally beat her and you get back to her, she's like, I guess we have to do this again. Like she's not as extra after you actually beat her the first time. And like they got this hub world, and what I really enjoy about it, and like when you beat the first boss, because when you die, you go back to this hub world. Everyone does. So when you beat the first boss, she's in that hub world. When you die again, then you go up there and talk to her. She's like, that was a fluke. It's not going to happen again. Like,
so you get that personal interaction. Yeah. And I heard the conversations also change based on, you know, the beating and stuff. That's pretty cool stuff. I'm going to continue adding if you like you.
Yeah. And you know what I like? I just like the energy and the atmosphere of this game. Like, and you can like it, and what's funny is like the game isn't even like in terms of design, it's not even that serious. It's like choose one door. What I like, I like that, you know, not to be attack and return. No, all intentions, attack and return again.
This is the Hades impression, sir.
When you walk, no, I have to bring up.
Okay.
Like, look, when you walk into like on Returnal, you'd have to find random stuff. It's like RNG on top of RNG. But like in Hades, they're just like, yo, this door you're getting this door you're getting this. Yes. So if you already got if you don't need no more keys because you've unlocked every weapon, then you just go for the other door. But it's like you don't get that option in Returnal. And I really like, after really playing this, it makes me want to go back and like really dive into Dead Cells. Like because like when I play this game, it's like you know, you can build your character how you want to build it. Like when you see the little lightning thing pop up, you're like, all right, I need the lightning dash. Let me get that door. Right. And then when you go through that door and lightning dash isn't a choice, you're like, man, that sucks. But what I like is after you beat every boss, they let you go into like this pool thing, and they let you sell back some of your moves. So like, for instance, if I would get like the goddess of wisdom's dash or something, and that you know, Zeus wasn't available because I like the lightning one. When you beat the first boss, you're like, yo, I'm gonna sell you this love one or this wisdom dash, and then I'm gonna try to get the dash I want to get. Right. So like, I appreciate the options, I appreciate the atmosphere, I appreciate the combat. This is damn near a perfect game. Like it really is. Like
high praise, no doubt. Saab, I know you're waiting,
and I know I didn't play this when it first came out.
Yes,
and I have
So I have a question.
Here we go.
Was it robbed last year during Game of the Year?
Never.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Like look,
as much as you want it to be.
That game was amazing. The game is amazing. It is, but I can't realistically give that game over Last of Us Part 2. Like, and we can't admit, like, was it robbed? Saab, it was nominated for damn near every event. Like,
it was in every category.
What you mean it was robbed?
It was robbed.
It's praise.
All right.
That game took more awards home than I think almost anything else there. Like,
no doubt.
But it didn't take home the most important award.
Go ahead, King. Because you're ready. Let's go, King.
Now, first and foremost,
let's get it.
I never told you that it was a bad game because I didn't play it. Right. So, but you were raving about this game. You were out there, and I respect it. Right. I really do, because that year God of War won and Spider-Man didn't. I just don't respect God of War compared to Spider-Man. And that's just my opinion of it. Spider-Man is the real winner. And you feel that Hades
like I feel Red Dead was a real winner that year.
Right. No, we're not even going to approach that.
Yes, let's not do that.
You know,
Let's not
that's
do
in
that.
the bushes. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah. But okay, so you feel like Hades is a real winner, right? So I'm playing Hades, and I look over to wifey, and I was like, yo, because I'm going back and forth on our Twitter rant because you felt that you wanted to fly close to the sun. So,
yeah,
so
you are pretty close to the sun for that kind of thought process.
Yeah,
he went in on Twitter.
He went, but he got burnt. And he had to.
Yeah.
I didn't get burnt.
Well, hey, listen,
Look,
Twitter guys, you guys know exactly what happened to him. We're not gonna go there.
What's funny is
What happened to
Everybody was agreeing with Saul.
No, actually they weren't.
You know what's crazy?
I got the numbers on Saul's tweets.
You know what's crazy?
Saul
I got
tweets is
mine
up
too.
there.
I'm at 50,000.
Yeah.
You know what's
Continue.
crazy?
Mhm.
Me and Saul like lived two different lives this week on the same spectrum. Like Saul's getting praised for his Hades tweet, and I'm getting slandered for mine. Like,
Continue.
So I put the game in, and I'm playing it, and I look over to wifey, and I'm like, because she's like, because I'm tweeting at the same time, and I said, you know, Saul said this game is better than The Last of Us 2. She said, what is he, crazy? Right? So for that, a person that doesn't play games, but visually, she went off the visuals, but she also knows the emotional connection that I had with The Last of Us 2. Two different games, not even the same. But as far as a roguelike game, and Addict saying that it's pretty much damn near perfect, I can't put it over Dead Cells for certain things that Dead Cells does for me, right? And I really appreciate what Dead Cells does.
Who told you about that game too?
You did. No, I'm not saying that you didn't.
Thank you.
No, didn't I give you your roses when
You did. I just wanted to
do
put it in your face right
Okay,
now.
good. And I purchased every DLC that came down the pipe for that game, right? So it's no fluke. Now, Hades, what Attic alluded to and what he spoke about is the awareness that the game has. The game is totally aware of everything that you've done. I've died in lava and I came out the blood pit and I'm talking to the dude when I first come out and he's like, yeah, running around the lava is not a good idea, just standing there like an idiot. Like, I'm like, wow, bro.
And sometimes he'll give you like little clips of how not to die at that point. Like, obviously you just don't step in fire for that incident. But like when I got killed by like a Hydra or whatever their name is, like Medusa, whatever.
Yeah.
Like he's like, yeah, she's a problem. Like I ain't gonna be like
it's like Attic loves the Zeus weapon. So my son is playing it at the same time I'm playing it, right? And he hates the way I play the game. I spam my super button, the Y button. I spam the hell out of it, right? That's not how you're supposed to play it. Like, and he's literally getting frustrated with me. I said, "Why are you upset?" Because I'm actually clearing boards without taking any damage. Right? So I had
that's
Zeus
important
power.
too. That's important not to take damage.
Don't take damage. Long distance fighting. He doesn't know about that. He wants to get in there and squabble.
This is an upgraded super, right? This is not okay.
No, well, even from the beginning,
because you have to from the beginning when you do it, you lose it until you knock it off of that opponent again.
Right. But
no. He's talking about why. Like,
I'm talking about why.
Oh, you talking about the super? Okay,
yeah. Well, I like
that little chase.
That V is strong though.
Yeah,
like if you get the right thing, it's strong.
Yeah, but it's I don't use it like that. And he hates that I don't use it. He hates it. He hates how I play. See, he'll look at Attic and be like, "Oh, I love how you play." Then he go like, "Daddy, I don't like how you play." Like, get out of here. Go to bed. Tell Attic to send you some food. Right? Get out of here. Right? So I'm thinking. I know Sovereign's thought process.
Yeah.
Artistically, the game is impeccable. Sound choice wise, in every room, the mood sets perfectly. Right? And little cues, because we come from a 2D world. Me and Sovereign's a really different beast. When everybody was running the 3D, we were in Saturn talking about the 2D monster that this thing was. Right, so we still champion the 16-bit, the 32-bit 2D games, and artistic value that these artists do bring to this space. So I think that's where Hades lives at. Hades lives in this artistic, rich history. Beautiful. Everybody loves Greek mythology. And then to get voice acting in a way, and then it tells you a story in the rogue. Like you wake up in the middle of the night, do you want to rest in bed? And then you can go around and find out why you're set on this journey, what happened, who wronged who. So we all know in Greek mythology is about lies, betrayal, and deceit. Yeah. And we're finding out what's going on. And you'll get invested in this game in a different manner opposed to any roguelike that I've played.
And they interweave that into the core gameplay of a
mechanic. That's what makes it special.
It's beautiful. So we all know that the gods like to interfere, right? and they're interfering in such a way with a child that Hades doesn't want them to talk to those family members, right? So these family members, because he knows what they're about. Right. And he's like, yo, you don't mess with them. And he's talking to his wife about, these people, how they interfering with their kid. And then they do what Hades doesn't want them to do. Yeah. And the kid is doing all this stuff. And you got to pay for construction of the house. I think this game...
Sound like game of the year to me.
No.
Where you talking? The way you bloviating.
It's not.
I don't remember this. No, I'm just joking.
It's not because when you put it, I did a whole podcast.
I know. I'm messing with you. I know. You're the Last of Us 2 guy.
Yeah, the Last of Us 2 approach conversations that are current.
Yeah, real. I got
right. Current conversations that are people, developers, and people are afraid to talk about. Facts. And that's the reason why it got Game of the Year for me. It was a segment of the population that doesn't have a voice, that got a voice through this game. Facts. And it made people uncomfortable. This game doesn't make me uncomfortable in the least. Nothing. Right? So it's nothing that you're afraid to approach at all. It's a fun game. No doubt. It's actually a great game. And it's probably going to be a #1 interactive game on Game Pass for a very long time, for as long as it gets there. And I know for a fact, once that game says it pops up that it's going to leave, I know people are going to purchase it, because I purchased it off the rip, off of the respect for Sovereign. Right then and there, I said, let me purchase this game right off the rip. It's really good.
Let's be like, it's crazy that this kind of caliber game that hasn't been on PlayStation and Xbox all this time comes into the Xbox ecosystem on Game Pass.
Yeah, it's a huge gap. It's a huge gap.
That is a big huge. That is a big thing. Like it really is, because
Maximus really
because now see what that does. What that does is people that well, I mean, let's be real. There's a lot of people that have both consoles, especially the PS4 and the PS4 and the Xbox One. Like, so now when Hades drops on these consoles, people's like, yeah, I'm getting that on Game Pass. I'm not even playing that on PlayStation. Right. So you get this kind of mentality with multiple games. People are going to start playing more games on Xbox because they're used to playing on Xbox.
Yeah, we'll get to it. I want to get Saul because he's been waiting patiently. Sir, so you had some comments on Twitter about...
I did. I got my first taste of like king level smoke. Yes. I don't go in all the way. Like, I can't do it because listen, even with the little winks, I got two people that were like, why are you hating on other people's game? And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I can't do what King does. King throws out grenades and he wants it all back.
Yeah, he wants
people. I can't people are still commenting on that Hades post.
Yes, that tweet.
Like, you know how I know when a tweet gets big? When I see people starting to tweet me in Spanish.
Yeah, When
you transcended.
When you start crossing over into different languages, some French dudes or whatever was on, I was just like, wow.
For clarity, Lord Jake, Saab's tweet. The Eve?
The impressions had 100,000.
Yeah, 100,000. He says, I just want to give a big shout out to all you frauds that should have played Hades last year. But I digress. Enjoy your 2021 Game of the Year. So that set up a firestorm, and Saul and King were going at it. But Saul, now that
why don't you read mine?
Oh, that's super smoke. I'll get to it in a minute. 1 second. But like the thing is, Saul, like now that everyone is experiencing what you experienced already, like what are your thoughts about it now that everybody's kind of like loving this game that you kind of championed?
I'm excited everybody's playing it. I'm excited that people, and it's one of those games like I forgot who it was in my chat that was like, I don't play those type of games, but after all the discourse, I'm gonna get it. And then the answer I got was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And it's like it has that sort of effect. So going back to last year why I felt this was my game of the year over The Last of Us.
Yes.
I love The Last of Us too, for the most part, right? King and I had discussions about certain things about the story that, and it's not the things that most people think about.
Right.
It's when you think about The Last of Us 2 in terms of production value, in terms of story, like in terms of everything around that game that makes it what it is. It still isn't really why we came to games to begin with, right?
Okay.
Right. When I look at a small game like that, and I'll also talk about like a Dead Cells. I'll talk about a couple of years ago when my game of the year was Celeste.
Right.
For me, when I start to compare those smaller games to the bigger games, I think about what are the core things that made me fall in love with gaming, right? And it is that idea of going into a game and the gameplay being so addictive that no matter how many times you lose, one more time. I want one more time. I want one more time. And the game facilitates that, right? With Returnal, you look at Returnal, it has some of those gameplay aspects. The problem with Returnal is that if you go in for a run that's an hour long, which in a roguelike doesn't really happen, and you lose at that point, yeah, it throws you right back in, but the sense of loss is totally different than what you experience in your typical roguelike type of game.
Reiterating Addict's incendiary tweet that I have to read this. Well, again, Lord Jake, another firestorm. Addict said after playing Hades, totally can see why people that played it was saying Returnal is a bad game in terms of roguelike. Hades destroys Returnal. Hell, it's the most fun I've had on Xbox in a while, besides maybe the Halo Infinite beta. The game is amazing. Can't stop playing it. That was the other tweet that was up.
How dare you like something?
I know, right?
God forbid.
But he did. I can't say he played victim now. He threw destroys Returnal in that tweet. So I can't get him with this victim.
Yeah. Was that
knew what he was doing.
Letters
and caps. In caps at that. Yes. But continue.
See, look, I wanted to make sure when people read that, they know the energy when I'm saying that.
Yes, we caught that.
Like, I didn't want people reading that and imagine me saying, Hades destroys Returnal. I wanted people to read that and be like, Hades destroys Returnal.
You don't understand why people are coming at you. Continue. Continue,
Saul. Sensitive people,
you unwarranted criticism towards you. Yes,
it is
continue,
unwarranted.
So for me, that core idea of a game that keeps me coming back for more and keeps me engaged in that way, and then when you add the layer of story that it integrates into the gameplay mechanic.
Yes.
When you add the characters, when you add the music, when you add the voice acting, I was like, wow. I forgot what games I chose Celeste over that year. But it was the same thing. It was like Celeste felt like a perfect platform. Like there was nothing wrong with that game platforming wise. The thing that it set out to do, it did damn near perfectly. And that's why I felt, for me, Hades was the game of the year over Last of Us, because The Last of Us, I sat there and cried multiple times during that game. My wife looked at me like I was a fool. Like, why are you crying at this game? But there were things about it where it's a masterpiece to me, but it's a flawed masterpiece. I look at Hades, and Hades feels like Addict said, damn near a perfect game at doing what it sets out to do.
I got like 10 hours in it, and I still haven't found like anything that like I would change.
And that's the thing. So for me, that was it, right? So my excitement, because I remember last year.
I know.
Last year, keep in mind, I'm hard on games. Like,
you're very critical. You're very critical.
And last year, I think my when you introduced us before the podcast, every podcast, I think for like 2 months straight, it was like, oh, Hades.
You're right.
And so, and the thing about it, another thing that bothered me last year about how it went down was. Sometimes I get mad at sort of the media and how they address certain things. And then when it comes to talking about, game of the year, though, those things get pushed under the rug.
Right.
There was a lot of talk about the culture at Naughty Dog, the crunch, all this stuff. People were going crazy talking about this. Oh, my God, I cannot believe it. End of the year comes, game of the year. Like unanimous. I'm like, it's just one of those things, like when you talk about a product in its entirety, you make it seem like you're going to take a stand on it, right? And not, whatever. But at the end of the day, nobody took a stand on it, right? And then when you look at Hades, it was the complete opposite, where it was a game that essentially became as great as it was because of the input from fans, right? So that to me is why when I compare like a giant, like a Naughty Dog game to something like this, it just shines that much brighter for me. So still my game of the year. That's
respect. I'll keep it quick because you guys pretty much said every point I was gonna say. I mean, look, I am definitely fraud alert on me because I had it on Switch and I'm just like, man, once I knew it was coming to Xbox, I'm like, I want those achievements, Jake. I want, you know what I'm saying? Like,
how did that 720 feel for you?
It was, excuse me, 540p, sir. 540.
Even more.
Shout out to Switch.
But I'll tell you this, I would not have big up that game on the Switch if it ran like trash. It ran beautifully.
Well. I get that, but look, I play the Switch probably more than anyone here now because like Zelda and Bravely Default. But it's like at the same time. I ain't buying Hades on the Switch. Like, it's not happening.
Why? Why? You look at it, it's the most Switch-ass game there is.
Well, it can switch its ass straight out the game.
Language. Language is a Sunday.
You look at that game and it doesn't make sense to be like, I refuse to buy this game.
I don't know why I don't buy it on the Switch, but anyway.
Well, the only games I buy on the Switch is Nintendo games.
Yeah, we know. Third parties don't exist to you on the Switch. We get it. All right. So like I was saying, back to my point. Like at the end of the day, like, the game coming to the Xbox platform, coming to PlayStation, this whole audience that never would be introduced to it and now introduced to it. It was really cool. And I have to admit, like King said it best, I'm gonna be real, I'm not really a roguelike guy. That's not my thing. But the way it's woven into the lore and the narrative, and then where they got me is I am Greek mythos guy. Like I love that. Zeus, Hades, all that. Like that's me. So you got that. The art style is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? The music is great. Then it's voice acting. I like the narrator voice acting. And like Alex said, the humor, like while the narrator is saying these really dark tone things, your man is snapping back at it. You know what I mean? At the narrator, so to speak. So it's a good game. It's a good game. And a good get for Game Pass. Like absolutely good get for Game Pass.
It made it so good that I was like, yo, I would like Saint Monica to make a game about this dude. That God of War style, because like that's how good of a character they made this. Because that's why I asked, like, like he was so well done. I was like, does this dude exist? To me, he has to.
The crazy thing is, these guys don't really do sequels. And it's one of those things where I'm sure they're looking like, damn, is this on the table now?
Like if the success, right?
Probably some good DLC.
We gotta see, but that's all
like,
I got.
Like we got Curse from the Dead Gods from
right.
Dead Cells. So and that's a totally different game and how it plays. So you never know.
No doubt. So that's what I got on that. Let's move on real quick.
So you want to hit the super chat?
How many we got? We got a lot.
Not too many.
Okay. Just gotta move on.
We got Smitty Smith.
No, we got mods. Then we got Don Otaku. Hold on. $5 super chat. I've been playing Hades on Series X, but I still feel it's better playing on the Switch with the native portable option. It just feels right.
Salute.
520p doesn't feel right at all. Sir, stop. You're going to hurt your eyes and you're going to need glasses.
Then we got Smitty Smith, $5 super chat. Shout out to ILP and to Lord King and Doc Connors in the back. # turn the beat up.
That's right.
Turn the beat up.
No doubt.
We got Don Otaku.
What else we got?
Wow, pause.
That's definitely a pause.
Hey,
that was pause worthy. Super pause worthy. Let me see that. Turn the beat around. Let me see the lizard. That's
all right, let's go next.
That's super pause worthy.
Look, we're gonna have to clip that.
We're not clipping that. We are not clipping that. That is not gonna be clipped.
You want me to clip that one?
You don't yell out, we gotta clip that. We ain't doing that. That is not the clip. Now somebody's gonna clip that because you want to yell out, that's the clip. That's not the clip.
That's going on TikTok.
Yo. Wow. Time. Moving on.
We have Don Otaku, $5 in the chat. Returnal just debuffs you every 5 seconds to up the difficulty, while Hades makes you feel more powerful with each run. But your skill is why you lose. Then we have Raiden Blade, £5 super chat. The God Thunder Sword has arrived. What's good, fellas? I'm so loving Game Pass. I play more games than I would. Let's go Xbox.
No doubt, no doubt. Salute to you.
Then Smitty Smith, $5 super chat. Lord Sovereign, thank you, brother, for championing Hades. That game is fantastic. The Book of X. Well, I get scripture today. Wow, I'm happy.
The scripture today. The Book of X.
Raiden Blade once again, £5 super chat. Hey guys, with the recent PC mod on the Ascent, where you can go into the world, should Neon Giant release the camera angle as a patch? It's funny because I've always talked about this. This is a game. If you turn that camera angle around and turn it into a quote unquote PlayStation game,
right?
Wow, wow. And it's just about what people consider to be AAA, right? Quote unquote AAA. The production value is there, but the camera angle is going to immediately turn certain people off.
Right.
It just will.
I feel you.
Then we got Donataku, $5 super chat. Hades was the real game of the year 2020, and it wasn't even close. A near perfect game. Also, it won every other big game of the year award besides the Game Award.
Well, obviously, that's what I was saying, Salford. It was robbed. Okay.
Obviously, the people that mattered voted. And you got everything else.
I'm never gonna answer that.
You just didn't get the nachos with your cheese. So sorry, buddy. You got everything else,
buddy.
We take home the prize.
Then we got Horace, $5 super chat. Well, King sounds like a man that's stuck between I love and I really like. Hades has him in his feelings for real, man. Cheesing the whole time.
Yeah,
you know what it is. Matt killed him a couple times, so he was done.
Well, I say this, right? You say I love and I like. Just get both.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. What else you got, Saul?
Lucius Augustus, $5 super chat. The Last of Us 2 is a great movie, but not a great game. Sav is right. If we're going to celebrate video games and Game of the Year, give it up to games that personify games.
Wait a second. You gonna say that you wasn't playing a game? I don't know what game you were playing, sir, but then you have to go from point A to point B. So your controller, you left your controller on the floor and it got there. Don't do that. You're not gonna do that.
Don't do that.
You ain't gonna go at the Naughty Dog gods and Neil Druckmann. You watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth. No doubt.
I'm gonna have to start going at Last of Us a little bit more.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's go.
And we have Donotaku, $10 in the chat. Sav is my guy. This era of story-driven games tend to have average to good gameplay besides rare occasions. Indie/Nintendo are the only ones pushing amazing gameplay as a priority, which it should be. I will say this about The Last of Us 2, though.
It has amazing gameplay.
The gameplay in that.
Come on.
They really up the ante. They up the ante.
They are absolute frauds. When Sony showed that screen and Ellie ran through and she grabbed that bottle, hit the dude in the face, slid behind the thing, shoot the bow. You was like, there's no way that's gonna happen.
If
they actually did it, you was like,
if they had it,
are we sure? Are we confident that we said that or you said that?
No, listen. Everybody was saying that there's no way that was gonna happen, and then when they actually do it, you're not gonna give them praise. And then the story that
we just did.
I don't care about what you're saying.
Watch a video of high level gameplay in Last of Us 2. It's kind of it feels like a John Wick.
Crazy.
Yeah, it feels like a John Wick.
It's crazy. Continue.
Then we got Shroom Kingdom, $2 super chat. Keep that lizard in the bushes.
Yes. Yes. The lizard stay in the bushes.
Okay,
We're not turning beats around the lizard.
We're good. Leave that lizard alone.
All right. Are we good? Are we caught up?
Yes, sir.
All right. Quickly, Saul, this is you. We got two things, ID at Xbox, and what's up with Gamescom? What's up?
Okay, so first off, we had an ID at Xbox show. I think this was past week. Again, it was the ID at Xbox / Twitch format. So again, I wasn't too happy with the format just because I just rather get all my announcements up front. I like this cadence of give me the announcements. I do like to see the developers get their shine. I really do like that. I just think that you take away from it when you sort of put it right into the middle of the show, as opposed to putting it off to the side afterwards. And you allow people to choose whether they want to engage or not. Because what happens is that any announcements that you have after these sort of long segments where they're talking to the devs and you're showing extended gameplay, anybody who's disinterested is going to walk away, right?
That's true.
And probably miss some cool announcements at the end. So I like the fact that they're getting to shine. I'm not a big fan of the format.
Okay.
So of the stuff that they talked about that was really interesting to me,
anything on your eye?
Ollie Ollie World looks fantastic.
Love that game.
I love skateboarding games. I played Ollie Ollie 1 and 2 on the Vita. Ollie Ollie 1 and 2. Fantastic game. So the fact that they're expanding the world out, it seems really cool. So I'm excited for Ollie Ollie World.
Right? They said 4K, 120.
120. 120. Yeah. 120. Yeah. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120. 120.
Something's going on, Chad. Shahab, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. The thing is, my headset keeps connecting and disconnecting.
Disconnect.
So.
Now you good? I mean, you know.
And then beyond that, something that we went and to see at E3 maybe 2 years or 3 years ago now, Evil Genius 2. Remember that?
Yeah, me, you, and Addict. Yes.
So that was cool to finally see that sort of coming out on the consoles, because I know it went to PC first and whatnot. So it's cool to see that. And for me, I'm a big stealth guy. Origami 2. The first Origami.
We all stealth. Tenchu guys.
Yes. Tenchu guys. So
Isn't it
first
co-op?
one? I think this one is. I'm not sure.
It took so long for this game to come. Like,
did.
Yeah, pause. To come out. Yeah, this is great.
You loose today.
No, I'm not.
Continue.
So again, Origami 2, I love stealth, and I just the fact they got the opportunity to expand on what they did in the first one, because the first one was a little rough around the edges. But again, we haven't had that Tenchu fix in a long time. So to have it, you know, I really enjoy that. And again, for the 2D platformer, like Love in Me, Aeon Drive looked kind of fantastic.
No doubt.
So I'm excited about that. But again, I thought what they showed was very cool. I'm just not a fan of the format.
No doubt. And quickly, before I pass it to Jake, Gamescom 2021 announcement.
Yes.
Got the legend. I think Paris is going to be involved.
Paris Lily. Yes. Paris Lily is going to be co-hosting with Kate Yeager.
Yes.
And this is going to be kind of in the lead up to Gamescom proper, right? It's kind of in the days leading up to it. And it's exciting because Gamescom is usually the place where you get sort of expanded looks at things that they already talked about at E3, right? So, but again, because of the way of the world right now, that may not necessarily remain the same. So I would love to get expanded looks at everything else that's coming out this year, and that'd be great. I would love to get a Halo release date. That would be fantastic. I don't want to see any more of Forza. I'm good. I'm
gonna see more.
I know.
We've seen enough Forza.
I don't want to see that. But I'm excited for it. Everything else, though, you know, there could be some cool announcements. You know, maybe, you know, all these sort of these rumored acquisitions maybe could get brought up or something like that. So I'm just excited for what it could be.
Okay, no doubt. Let's get Lord Jake in, man. So first, ID at Xbox, did you get a chance to see it? Any standouts for you? And then obviously the Gamescom 2021 announcement for Xbox.
Yeah, Sav said pretty much everything. Like same exact things. It was that Origami definitely, and then there was like a game about taking pictures of dogs.
Yeah.
I need dumb little things like that sometimes. You know, like Untitled Goose Game, just like those little goofs that are just nice little digestible things that you just kind of like an appetizer game. So I'll take that. That was nice. And in the Gamescom news, I think the Paris thing is like the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, salute.
Like,
Salute to him. That's a great
There's nothing better than just seeing good people that we know and we work with and around do more and be exposed to even more people.
Yes.
And like who deserves it.
Facts.
Tenfold.
And the good thing about, you know, the pandemic is it gives people more of an opportunity to do stuff they wouldn't normally be able to do. Like, you know, because everything's so digital, it's easier to set these kind of projects up than it was when, you know, everything was so open.
No doubt. Now, let me ask Lord Jake this in reference to the games, because this is a big discussion what I'm about to ask you on ILP as far as Halo Infinite, right? And, you know we're getting close, hopefully, you know, this year with maybe getting a release date. Do you think it happens there? Do you think Halo's big enough to kind of do its own announcement separate from Gamescom? Because the controversy on ILP is, you know, they should kind of stay away. Me and Addict feel they should kind of stay away from Call of Duty's release date. Whereas Sav and King are like, look, it's free to play. Halo's being received well. The flight, you know, we don't care about what COD doing. Like
so pretty much we're right and they're wrong.
So we want to get your thoughts as far as Halo Infinite Gamescom announcement and your whole vibe with that.
I think, I don't know. I'd like them, and I feel like they would just do their own thing and announce it.
Right.
You know, like one more good. I mean, like, well, we haven't really seen single player since the original tease, where a lot of people weren't super pleased with it.
Right.
So, except for like just that trailer. So I'm curious to see if they can sell us more of that, like the part that you're gonna buy.
Right.
So I feel like they would just do their own whole thing where they show off a little more of that and they announce it. In terms of timing, it's weird, right? Because we're getting another Call of Duty, and now we know like the leaks is Call of Duty Vanguard. There's in our bubble, in our world, I feel like there's less enthusiasm. It's like some people are starting to be like, all right, Call of Duty, like maybe you should have taken a year off.
Right.
World War II again. Like we're having these conversations, but then the greater gaming community, they're still just going to buy it.
Facts.
They're going to buy it every year, no matter what. It's like a Madden. It's like a FIFA. It's like a whatever.
The majority of people who play Call of Duty don't even know who makes Call of Duty. Like,
So I wonder where Halo can kind of do its own thing. I feel like it can cut out a different, carve a different thing. But then for Halo 2, there's also a huge casual audience too that they are going to have to, you know, like because I have friends and family that are those bros that they only play Call of Duty, and then they also were like, oh, I love Halo. I grew up playing Halo too. So there is that like line that they have to walk. That is not a tricky. I feel like Halo has been in such a tricky spot. Every single point where it's like all this pressure on it from Xbox Series X launch to the people not thinking it looked so hot to them going back to leadership changes to now this and then timing when they're actually going to put it out. And then there was like a whole pandemic. Like there's a million things kind of against Halo, and you can't just help but root for it because it's Halo.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
at this point, it's the underdog. At this point, it's
Well,
is so
going up
crazy,
into this,
isn't it?
because you got Battlefield showing their single player story now, and it looks ridiculous. It looks absolutely insane. So you got to figure out where you're going to place Halo in between these juggernauts that are out there, and at the same time, you got to still continue to look at Apex, which is putting out their seasons. You got to look at Overwatch, and you got to look at all these other stuff where it's going to, especially Fortnite. Fortnite is a beast within itself. So you're placing Halo in this free-to-play world where there are actually beasts and juggernauts living in that space, and then you're talking about the single-player aspect of the game, like what you said, that the one they're gonna buy. And you haven't shown anything since, you know, you really had the Craig incident. So they're in a
Craig incident of 2020.
Exactly, because you know, it's like he said, you're in a space. They would have loved to have released that game back then and let that game grow. But now you're in a space now where one, you have to hit the mark. Right. Two, you can't have no Craigs. Right. So what happens now, where they're at now. So yeah, I feel you guys. I tend to agree with what you're saying when it comes to premise and thought process, but I feel that they're in such a position where they have no other choice but to push forward and believe in their product. No doubt. So that's where my thought process comes in with the Sovereign. You know, brute force through whatever happens, opposed to ducking and dodging and moving, because we did that already, and that's that. Believe in your product. That's my thought.
And if the game is for sure ready on the 15th,
go.
You need to hit that date. You just have to. You have to.
Well, let me ask. This is going to be really for Addict 2, but I want to get Jake's opinion on it. So, based on what you said, Jake, like they don't have to. They like Halo could technically, 343 could technically do their own little showcase for when they want to announce it, separate from Gamescom, right? So my question to you is, do you feel if it's definitely not announced the release date for Halo at Gamescom, are you concerned that the game might not come out this year?
Ooh, you know what? At this point with Halo and like what Addict said, how it's like kind of like the underdog now. At this point, I think they can still just take as long as they need. Okay. They got some really good buzz from the Infinite thing. What was that, a beta?
Yeah,
no,
beta.
That was a beta. Early test run.
Technical flight, whatever.
Yeah, technical flight. That sounds like when I go on an airplane. So at this point, like they have that buzz. They can let that, you know. There is something to be said about games that come out after that holiday season dump. There's always a good spot for another game to shine. It used to be more so when releases were less widespread and more staggered. But I don't know, if they announce a delay, I'm not going to laugh. I'm going to say, all right.
No, but not a delay. Not a delay. But what I meant to say is, like, are you concerned if Gamescom, the show ends, Paris get off the stage, we don't have no release date for Halo. Are you concerned, or you're not concerned? Like, you're not worried about it? They can still do their own separate thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
pretty
That's what
much.
I wanted to know. Addict,
Yeah.
I had to ask that question for you because I know how you feel about release dates and when you don't see them. So first, the indie show, did you see anything there that caught your interest? And then second, Gamescom and the whole Halo Infinite thing.
So I did not watch the indie show. So that is that.
That is
what
that.
it is.
That is that. That's your analysis.
But when it comes to Halo, like, for some reason, I'm convinced, like 80-90% sure it's coming out this year.
Wait
like,
a minute, but you're the
because,
same
like,
guy that was all over Horizon Forbidden West.
that's
today.
because Horizon's been quiet. They don't talk about Horizon. They don't bring up Horizon.
Mhm.
Hey,
They do entire
AJ
gameplay shows, and then when people ask, "Oh, we're working on it. We're working on it."
That's right.
Like, people ask Phil Spencer, and he's like, "We got the date down. We just don't
True.
know what
Fact.
date."
He did say
Like,
that. He
right.
did say
Like,
that on
he
IGN.
seems way more confident that that's coming out
see
this
that
year
confidence,
than
Jake Baldino?
Sony does.
Send me your needs.
Now,
Westchester will love them.
I do think there's a great, I would say 80-90% chance it comes out this year. I
Okay.
feel like they are waiting for release dates on stuff. They want to make sure that, they don't, the thing is like, Phil Spencer knows it could come out this year. He knows it is. To me, there's multiple variables. He wants to make sure that they say the right release date.
Mm-hmm.
He don't want to throw it out. Oh, it comes out in October, November, December, and then have to push it back even a week. You don't want none of that bad publicity. He wants, when he says that game's coming out that day, that game comes out that day. And then plus, I think, they are concerned, maybe not concerned, but they are like, okay, Call of Duty doesn't have a release date.
Right.
We want to be able to navigate these seas. And as much as people don't want to admit it, like, Halo hasn't been in the best place in the few installments, but it's not been in the worst either.
Right.
And they still got to compete with the, like, look, like, you got to give it time to breathe from Call of Duty. You just got to, like, sure. My thing with them is do what's best for Halo, not what's best for Microsoft's ego.
I feel that.
Like, if Microsoft's like, yo, we can release this the day of Call of Duty. No, you can't. Don't listen to that.
I'm with you on that one.
Don't listen to that.
I'm with you. Let's get King in, man. Did you get a chance to see the ID at Xbox show? And also,
Yes, to my dismay.
Oh.
Okay, so now that we know that Twitch is fitting the bill, right? Okay, so Microsoft is like, okay, we want to show ID at Xbox in all their glory, and we want to show developers and stuff like that. And we also want to show content creators because that's a way of highlighting different content creators to give them a platform that they won't normally have. And this is great. Right, you have Twitch streamers and stuff like that that actually get a chance to talk to the developers that they love. That's a good format, right? And in premise, it works. But for us, news-hungry animals that don't care to hear about Thomas' backstory, well, how he did this,
and
we don't care about that
quick,
part. We just want the games.
Quick, King, like, what I like about them getting, like, influencers such as like Paris Lily on that stage, because like I feel like people like Paris Lily, like in that kind of bracket, we can relate to them better being content creators. So when people like Paris Lily talk, like what I was just saying is like when people like Paris Lily talk, like you can see like he's a gamer and not like necessarily someone out there that's just a host.
Right. Well,
like
these Twitch dudes are gamers. They literally built their life
I get
this part right here.
And I get that, but sometimes it's different than commentating playing a game than it is hosting an event. Yeah, but see, but all right. So I understand exactly what you're saying. The format, I don't agree with the format of the Twitch format.
Right.
Like for me, for my consumption taste, I'm in more line with Sovereign. Give me the list of how it's going to go down, and if I want to tune in, or I can, go through the thumbnails and see stuff, I could do that, or just put the games out and then I can look at them, and then if I want to see the in-depth with the developer on any game, I can watch that. And how that has to happen is the show has to be completed first for them to do it, right? it's good in premise. In execution, they have to tweak some stuff.
Right.
And that'll happen. But the games that they did show, 14 games is going into Game Pass. Another amazing coup for Game Pass, which is absolutely nuts. Ali Ali World, Origami 2, the Stealth Boss game. These games, is there games in there that Slayer. Don't forget the last time we saw this stuff, we saw a Death's Door. And from what people are telling me, that game is almost game of the year type of games that we have to get. That I will, I will get it in Game Pass when Phil says it's cool.
When Phil says it's cool,
that's when you're getting it. Yes,
when he says I have too much, so when it shows up in the Game Pass, shout out! I pay Game Pass every month. So if you want to shame me for using what I'm paying for, you're crazy, right? But I'm gonna wait till it show up where my bucks is at. Anyway, so we have games that's coming. 14 new games. I love that aspect of when they start any convention off with Microsoft. These games is for Game Pass. Right. They tell you right off the rip. Right. 14 games is coming, and you're like, wow. You look at the show differently now. You're not looking at it with your wallet. You're looking at it with, okay, what interests me? What can I check off? Oh, I'll be on the lookout for this when it comes out. So. Those games and stuff look good. As far as the Paris Facility and the Gamescom stuff, I was really pleased with that because the last show that he headlined was really done well. Right. Yeah. Right. And I thought that, okay, the in-depth, the deep dive, that stuff, when they tell you ahead of time what it's going to be, it's done well. And he is such an energetic, eloquent speaking, great host that talks to all of us content creators, be it people of color, be it of people not of color. He's talking to us because he comes from us, right? So we identify with him a little bit more. So we are definitely going to tune in. I know Addict ain't going to say,
"Oh, I didn't watch this." We've seen his progression. We've seen him from Game Attack Radio. We've seen him at the shows. Like it hits different. Right.
He comes into your chats. He interacts with you. So he's a very personable dude, and I'm going definitely support. But I know I'm going to get a good show. Right. I know he's going to give 110% like the last show. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. And do I think they're going to give a date? No, I don't think so. I think Halo is strong enough for it to stand on its own merits that they're going to use that show to talk about other stuff that they need the light on. I think Halo has enough of a light; it can do its own stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I feel what you're saying. Look, I agree with a lot of you guys. Most of the games you guys already stole from the ID at Xbox thing. I'll make it quick. I agree with Sov and King in the sense that, look, whatever deals that Xbox has with Twitch, you know what I'm saying? We get it. But I do feel the format is too long. If it's 3 to 4 hours, you gotta.
That's the reason I didn't watch it.
Yeah, you gotta condense it, And then honestly, that's the reason why we didn't stream it because last time we were there for 3 4 hours.
That was kind of crazy.
That was kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. So we was like ID at Xbox and Twitch. When we see that, might catch the recap. That's just me. That's just me.
God bless.
God bless. Say less. But at the end of the day, my thing is, the games that were shown, obviously, Jake, what you said, Ali looks amazing. The art style, cell shaded, look real cool. The customization look fire. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Matty Plays. He's super hyped from the Final Dude. We were talking to him about. I say, bro, that's the game for you right there. I already see. You know what I mean? So you got that. I thought Inked looked very interesting, very cool art style. Then it got real dark, so like a fourth wall. The artist drawing on a page, killing characters, throwing them in furnaces.
That's the RPG, right?
I don't know what it is.
It's an RPG, and remember that game? What was that? That comics something from
Comic
Sega.
Zone.
Comic Zone.
Yeah.
And you don't remember how they used
to draw
the next panel, and you go to the next panel, and you fight from panel to panel.
This dude is dark. It got dark quick. It went from cutesy to dark. So that's that. The Veil was interesting. It was like a game where again you use your senses. And salute to the dev. I forgot his name, but it's basically you're playing as from the perspective as if you're blind, and you have to hear stuff. So I want to see how they execute with that. And y'all already said that, Origami. You already know I'm a Tenchu boy. You're like Tenchu all day. So anything that's the spiritual successor of Tenchu with true stealth, because we ain't got enough stealth games, man. I'm always dying on the stealth game. Sword, that's my joint. And the last thing I'll say with that, the Twitch joint, Sarah Bond interview was very important.
Right.
Like she dropped a lot of facts there and showing Xbox's commitment to indie game developers and showing how they're getting them the tools, they're getting them the services, and then have them on the storefront if they're in a Game Pass.
Oh, I'm sure after that fiasco of PlayStation,
That-
they're like, "Yo, we got to put
jumped
this in
to
there."
me, that was the
This is a
smartest
different
thing.
Xbox.
Yeah, that was
a different Xbox.
Yes.
They doing all right. So the differences that you're seeing now, Sony always used to capitalize on Xbox mistakes.
Right.
Always 100%. And that's what made you feel good about the platform.
Right.
You know that you knew it was a clapback.
Mhm.
Everybody like a clapback. Everybody like that smoke. But right now,
Hey, King, this is how you share games.
Yeah, remember
yeah,
that?
yo, that was a killer. Like
Yeah.
that was really a killer. And this stuff, they're doing it
They're
in
capitalized,
such a
yep.
nice capitalizing way. It's
Smart
beautiful.
delivery. We seen the capitalization. You saw as far as the storage thing. They
let me
threw
tell
their
you,
dart.
let me tell you something that really happened. So my boy got his PlayStation, right?
Right.
And he put in his SSD, right? So he wanted me to be there to film it,
Mhm.
right? Just in case something goes wrong and he had to send the film to Sony, right? So I'm filming it while he's doing it. So he puts it in. Nothing happened. His joint worked. It's cool.
Yeah.
So he's playing Ratchet and Clank, right? And he wants to go to Spider-Man.
Right.
So he's like, yeah. Did you beat this boss or whatever? And I'm like, yeah. He said, well, how? Because I'm stuck here. So he goes and he gets out, goes to the menu, puts in Spider-Man. We have to wait for Spider-Man to boot up, play Spider-Man. He comes over to my house. Right. I'm playing Hades, and then I switch off to Dragon Quest. Shout out to Dragon Quest. Finish my Dragon Quest.
Oh, salute.
Right. Finish that.
Oh, shout out.
No, the
Salute.
question is, did you finish Dragon Quest or did you BG finish Dragon Quest?
What's that?
Did you beat Dragon Quest or did you beat Dragon Quest?
I
There's
beat
two different.
Dragon Quest. What are you talking about?
I don't
Time
know,
on
man.
Dragon Quest
I don't even know what that
acquisition. I don't know
means.
what's
Like, I
going
don't
on with
know.
that. Continue.
I was gonna ask you a question about the ending, but anyway, because you got to go back into the game to do the ceremony. So I jumped that, and then we jumped back to Hades.
Right.
He doesn't have a Series X.
Oh, the quick resume.
He said, "Yo, what the hell did you just do?" And I said, "Oh, that's quick resume." He said, "Wait a second. How many games you could do that with?" So I showed him the list, and he was like, "Wait, you can jump at any point in time to these games from here to there like that?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, that's the SSD and that's the quick resume and that's the velocity architecture." Yeah. Shout out,
to Jason Ron, we had it around.
You know, the cleanest bed in the game. So he's like, "What?"
Xbox.
So until you see it,
right?
He automatically started looking for a Series S or X. I said, "You ain't gonna find no X." Yeah. So he started looking for an S. Until you see it, it doesn't hit. And I had to say that because I would have got off the show today without saying it, but he saw it right there. And it was just like a revelation, like something really went off in his head. And he didn't understand what it was until they actually said. So it's something magnificent that happened in my house this week. I just had to share that really quick.
Respect. I mean, like I said, my final point was just that, like you said, with the capitalizing my mistakes or whatever, but she made a good point and just talking about engagement and how, you know, they're getting like 8 times more engagement and discoverability when the indies are being put in the platform. And salute to them because we've seen, you know, let's be real, at the start of the PlayStation 4 generation, PlayStation was very in front with indies. You know what I'm saying? They did a very good job. Whereas Xbox, everybody's like, yo, what's going on? The IDX Xbox program wasn't started yet. And I believe at the time, Solve, there was a disparity where Xbox had to fix, where indies were initially complaining.
Yeah, it was the same, the PlayStation issue that they kind of have right now.
Right.
It was in reverse.
Right. So to see them transform this whole thing around and then have a showcase like that, it's very impressive. And with the Gamescom thing, obviously shout out to Lord Paris who was in here earlier. Great to see him get another opportunity. Shout out to Kate. That's going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think it's going to be like major future stuff. If you're coming in looking for like, yo, I'm going to see all this future stuff, I don't think it's that. I think it's what's coming out 2021. You know, that kind of thing. And then, you know, I'll be honest, Jake, I want the Halo Infinite release date. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I would like that.
I do kind of want it.
I kind of want it just to know. And you know, the rumors are out here because right now, obviously, Call of Duty got leaked, right? Vanguard, we know the names on LordsGaming.net. We put that out there. But you know, it's out there. And then we're hearing the rumors of GTA. What is it?
Remasters,
November 11th. So the rumors right now, from what we hear, is Vanguard November 5th. Jake is dancing. The November 5th, and we hearing GTA 11th. And we know the anniversary of Halo is the 15th, which is my birthday, which I would love for them to do. So yeah, I mean, I think it could be set up really nicely for them.
I think.
Yeah, get at it.
And you have Forza in there as well.
And Forza in there, of course.
I think they need to pop that off in October. I'm gonna be real with you.
They want to get ahead of the game.
I think consider November like what's the word I'm looking for? Consider it like a nuclear zone from Fallout. Stay away from this month, Microsoft.
I will say this though. I think I'm with you as far as respecting COD. My only thing I think I thought COD would be later, right? But now with GTA at 11th, we know that COD gotta be shook of GTA. Like COD can't play and be like, yo, we're coming out.
COD's not going to be shook with
bro. It's GTA. I disagree. Right. Jake, do you think
it just
COD
depends on what type of remake it is?
GTA?
If it's just like controller mapping
the GTA
and
5
a remaster.
Enhanced.
Oh, man, ain't nobody. COD ain't worried
Ain't
about
nobody
that.
buying that?
That's been remade like 3 times.
Yeah, I think if it was a main release, if it was like a main Rockstar release, mountains would move. But with like a re-release of something that's already
it's a re-release.
Right.
Like,
but guess what? Get this. Mountains have moved because the rumor is that it's moving to November 5th. So all this talk, the rumor is literally, again, it's a rumor, but it's suggesting that it may stay away from it. And if that's the case, and you got 5th, then when's Forza? When's
9th?
9th. 11th GTA in here.
That's a lot of stuff,
right?
That's what I'm saying. October, Microsoft. October.
That would be cool.
I'm actually cool with November. Yeah. I'm actually cool with November.
I'm cool with October.
Like, I want that Halo anniversary.
November 15th. Let's go.
I'm with that.
I feel that.
I'd rather
with Attico. This time out.
I'd rather Microsoft launch that the day Battlefield comes out than compete with everything in November. Like, nah.
Battlefield, it should have been in Game Pass.
Well, that can't imagine. Yeah, that's
you gonna learn today.
But look, that's what I got on it. It'll be fun to see.
Yeah, that
would
be some petty stuff.
Yeah.
You didn't let that come on Game Pass. We about to release Halo on that day.
Game industry does not work on that type of reactionary time. Also,
dude, I just think about all the before you buy videos I have to do. I'm like, they're just saying dates to me, and I'm like,
yeah, you're gonna be busy in November.
Nah, he's gonna take a huge vacation in December.
No doubt. Look, final topic. Let's just speed through, if you don't mind.
Yes, I ain't got no problem.
Yeah.
With that.
So look, let's get
very small,
very quick. So possible premium version. I don't know. PlayStation Plus on the way. You know.
King, would you mind if I go first?
I mean, let me just set it up for him.
This is my topic.
Yes, it's time.
That's why I asked for your permission. Calm down, boy.
This is the last joint. Look, Sony's Funimation Global Group completes the acquisition of Crunchyroll from AT&T in a massive deal worth $1.175 billion. Sony Pictures Entertainment and AT&T announced the acquisition of AT&T's Crunchyroll anime business through Funimation Global Group LLC. Crunchyroll is the premier, anime direct-to-consumer service with 5 million subscribers and growing. Serves 120 million registered users across 200 companies, blah, 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 blah. The deal provides the opportunity for Crunchyroll and Funimation to broaden distribution for their content partners and expand fan-centric offerings for consumers. King, this is your topic. What are your thoughts, sir?
My man, Jim Dance Moves Ryan has done it again. Just when you thought it was over, he said, but wait, there's more.
Why are you excited about this deal, sir?
All right, so check it out, right? How can you squeeze more juice out this orange, right? Jim said, I'm going to make more money in areas that you've never heard of. They're like, what? We got Funimation, right? What? All right, so Microsoft just spent $7 billion, on ZeniMax. They really got the Western RPGs on Smidash right now, right? They brought more. Yeah, they brought more developers and stuff like that. They're making mad games right now. So what we gonna do? We going where they don't go. We going to anime, baby.
So hold
ain't
on.
going to. We ain't gonna bring you games.
Let me bounce back a little bit.
Addict to
Are
try.
you saying?
Okay.
Are you saying that that Sony is a little bit, you know, they're a little bit shook from Microsoft, so they feel like they have to go into an entirely different industry to make the ends meet just in case? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is Sony is taking $8 in a different area. Right? Microsoft ain't got no anime. Right? What we gonna do? Become the anime gods? They want to become the gaming gods in the Western RPG.
Jake is dying.
We want you to watch Naruto over here. Like when any new anime come out, you like that Berserk? We got Berserk till it hurts, baby. We got so much Berserk. We gonna go Berserk. It's crazy. Like right now, we're gonna raise the price on your PlayStation Plus just so you can watch more anime. Like
That's the commercial.
If you ever thought that you had Dragon
It sound
Ball
like Crazy Eddie.
You ain't got Dragon Ball Z until you seen me. I got Dragon Ball Z. Like you like Kakarot, I'll Kakarot you. We got it for you. Like so right now. All you guys get lathered up, get ready because it's about to happen.
So King, what happens if I'm a PlayStation consumer? How does this benefit me?
Well, you like anime, don't you?
Yes, I like anime, King.
Well, there you go. There you go.
And all that.
All we gonna do is add more money to your subscription.
So King, are you implying that PlayStation's they value me as a PlayStation customer, so they're gonna let me bundle Crunchyroll and Funimation with my PlayStation
They love
Plus.
you. They love you. They said since they say our games are movies anyway, why don't we give them more movies? Why don't we just give them more movies? Since they put their controller down and watch anyway, forget it. Just take all the gameplay out and let's just give them more Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll is cracking.
This is premium messiness.
King, are you implying that they're gonna they do the movie games well, so they doubling down in the movies?
They tripling down.
I'm done.
Right now, this is more of what their fan base wanted. I didn't hear nobody scream. I didn't hear nobody yell. This is exactly what they're looking for. So if you love anime like I love anime, you're going to see Attack on Titan where? On a PlayStation 5, which is your PlayStation Plus subscription, because you got a next generation console to watch old generation anime.
Yo, stop it. You're messy, sir. You are messy. Moving on to Jake. Hopefully get the voice of reason here, because this king is out of pocket. But Jake, when you heard this whole deal, and obviously Funimation, the Crunchyroll.
You could totally be about to smoke, Jake. It's fine.
What were your thoughts about it? And then what were your thoughts also of this potential rumor that somehow, some potential that they may weave this into a PlayStation Plus subscription tier or something?
How do I follow that like stand-up comedy act? That was incredible. That was like perfect bits, mile a minute. That was so good.
Thank you, sir.
Dude, shout out. Oh my God.
Totally should do stand-up.
So I didn't actually think about anything PlayStation with this until I saw your show notes before this, just because I saw the news and I was like, wow, that's right. Sony's a big bajillion-dollar company. They make that TV, they make that stereo, they make all these things.
They still make stereos? I didn't know.
I don't even know. So that was really my first thinking. I was like, wow, big company doing a big company thing. But that makes them like the powerhouse of anime, right? Like I feel like Funimation, Crunchyroll, like that's like a lot of it. Like they just gobbled up a lot. So that's gonna make them a bajillion more dollars. The only thing, like if that rumor is true, I'm down with it, because while it's not games, and I think that should be the first priority. Right. On the other hand, like if Sony has it, they're gonna smoke what they got. So I don't mind it being a value add of a subscription or something like that. Okay. Sony didn't they experiment a couple of months back in Poland?
Oh,
or
you
Germany,
stole my
where they were,
damn Damn it,
Oh,
Jake,
really?
Jake doing his research.
Right? Remember? So they were they were distributing some movies.
Yeah, PlayStation Video Pass.
Video Pass.
That was they were expanding. It was found out. Shout out to I gotta plug the whole team, LordsOfGaming.net. Shout out to Hector. Shout out to Lord Macho. He actually went and posted it on the site. And yeah, to your point, Jake. Yeah, they have found out that they were messing around with rumblings of a PlayStation Video Pass in the tier. And obviously, we also hear rumors potentially. I don't know if anything has happened since with Netflix and anything like that. So back to you. You know, as far as where you were going with that.
I do think it would be really funny though if they didn't actually develop the movie part. It's just anime. That's Sony kind of being like, we know who you are.
Right.
We know you're a gamer. Here you go. Take this. Like, there you go. Here, take some anime, kid.
Take some anime, kid.
It's cool. It's cool.
No doubt. Would a service like this interest you specifically?
No.
No.
No, I'm not really a big anime fan. I watch the big ones. I watched them a lot more when I was a kid. Yeah. Big fan of Big O. If it has Big O on it, I will.
Then you win
that whole show.
They got that Big O. All right, no doubt. Let's get
exactly.
Let's get the Lord of Anime himself, Lord Addict. How big a deal is this, man? Sony owning Funimation and Crunchyroll. Educate us, Addict.
It's a big deal in the anime community, but I don't think they're going to do much with PlayStation here. I think they might be able to leverage owning two of the biggest, streaming services to maybe get some exclusive anime games in the future, because obviously they're building up partnerships with these type of businesses, so they'll have a little bit more of an edge. It's kind of like them being a Japanese company and they have a lot more relations with Japanese companies.
Yeah.
But as far as they're going to bundle this with PlayStation Plus. Nah.
No, actually, Eurogamer has put out the article that they're saying that this is what this is leading to.
Well, that's cute. People said the same thing about Funimation, and that never happened.
So you would be opposed if you saw a
No, I mean,
PlayStation
I don't
Plus?
care because I already have a Funimation account. So it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm not gonna bundle my PlayStation that I rarely play with Funimation and Crunchyroll.
You're not gonna buy that tier. What if you an anime guy? What, like, you see Jay got like the Big O? Like, what if they got your Attack on Titan exclusive? You gotta go get that over there.
I got that on Funimation. What they gonna do exclusive?
The exclusive episode.
It's gonna be.
I'm making up a fake scenario.
Like, see, this is how you know Carl don't mess with the
Let me have my fake
stuff,
scenario.
man.
What if they got exclusive Addict anime content on PlayStation? You can only get it in the tier.
I can't even acknowledge that statement because that's not how anime works. Like, maybe if they got coming up more shows, like newer shows. Yeah. But as far as they're not gonna lock season one of Attack on Titan.
Like, if it's like a Bethesda deal, you ain't getting that content. You want Naruto? You want the new Naruto? You gotta come over here.
The thing is though is unless they pull it off of the Xbox or the smart TVs, I could just watch there.
But what if they do? Remember what you call it? They had yanked the Daredevil and all that. Disney yanked that stuff off. What if they get real aggressive with it?
But see, they own the streaming service. They don't own the IPs.
True.
Like, Crunchyroll owns a couple IPs, but nothing massive. They own they're literally the middleman. Oh, you want to stream this to our people? Okay, here you go, people.
Right.
That's literally who they are. They're not the person that they're not like the Netflix or the Disney where they own these IPs and they lend it out.
So
they're not the first person.
Since you said something that was very, very educational for a lot of people, Sony paid $1 billion to become a glorified middleman.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's actually pretty accurate. I feel.
Now that you say that real quick, just because I'm going to let you go real quick. Now that you said that they spend that just to become a glorified middleman, you see the difference between real bosses? They went out and paid 7 point some odd billion to get ZeniMax, and they own them, right? They paid 1 point some odd billion to become a middleman. So we don't own the stuff, but we can just show the stuff. That's it. That's all I just want to say. I'm just sorry. I'm just saying, this is how money works, and that's how business goes.
I'm curious, if they merge Funimation and Crunchyroll to a point, I think they might go with that avenue and merge them into one service.
Yeah.
And it may be the reason that they didn't bundle Funimation into PlayStation Plus is because they always intended on merging Crunchyroll whenever that was done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to do that twice. They want to do
Right.
it one time after the merge
Makes
service
sense.
Makes
happened.
sense. Makes
That
sense.
makes
So
sense.
you know
Yeah.
that's something like that could happen. But like as far as this, I think they bought this for anime.
Right.
You know, they
Yeah.
might use it to buff up PlayStation Plus. I don't know if they will, but they're like, look, gaming's popping, the movie industry's popping. We need more money in more different markets. And I feel like anime, let's be real, that's a Japanese art
Right.
for the most part. They're like, we already know the majority of the players. Let's get in there. And they bought Funimation. What's funny is they can outbid for anime, but they can't do it for gaming.
Oh my
Like,
God.
no, King, am I not right?
You're telling the absolute truth,
They
sir.
keep getting outbid.
Yeah.
No, they keep getting outbid by everyone under the sun when they try to get these studios. But when it comes to anime, yo, let's spend $1.4 billion on
But Attic,
Funimation.
doesn't
on
that
Crunchyroll.
turn into what your priorities are? Right? I mean, because
I think
anybody here, right?
wait
hold
for
on, let me
Soft
say
to
this
go.
real quick. Let me say this real quick.
This is not
I
the
think
show.
I think the reason that they're tossing that kind of money is because they have a real defining foundation for gaming, and they know that they could use the studios, but they don't need the studios. But they need the Funimation, they need the Crunchyroll, because if they want to be a
It's like
player,
extra cheese.
if they want to be a player in that market, they're going to have an established thing. And what's funny is for people that go around clowning Microsoft for not, nurturing studios. Why didn't they nurture a Crunchyroll? Why didn't they nurture a Funimation? When you want to be the best in that franchise, in that industry, sometimes you have to buy the best. Like,
Yeah.
No, fair enough. Soft for some balance here. Your thoughts on this and the whole situation with PlayStation Plus potentially?
I only think it's really relevant as a PlayStation Plus thing if they add it to the service without increasing the price.
Really?
I
that
agree.
ain't happening.
That ain't never
And
happened.
there you
They
go.
charge you
There you go.
Your controller.
And therein lies the problem,
Right.
right? You've already seen that Microsoft is willing to sink money into Game Pass. They added EA Play, they added all this, and they're adding it without increasing the price. May we see a price increase at some point in the future? Sure. PlayStation isn't making this play without increasing the price.
Right.
It's just not in the books for them to be like
so-
to just increase value without increasing price.
In fairness, the Game Pass Ultimate was created, right? And they added the PC and cloud streaming as a tier.
Correct.
It did
And
go
rated
up.
the-
So they
rated the
could
best.
say,
But-
hey, PlayStation Plus stays the same, but if you want the Crunchyroll, the Funimation, all
See,
that.
but
and
at the end of the
video-
day,
Which
they
is
know
fine, but
people.
when they added that value,
Yeah.
right? The Crunchyroll stuff is value.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you create a different tier. And I think at that point,
Right.
you lose. It almost doesn't make sense to add it to PS Plus
Okay.
because it's so game centric. And Crunchyroll,
they're going to
isn't.
add it to PlayStation now.
Yes.
That makes sense.
That's
That-
that's
I
the
didn't think
play.
about that. I didn't think about
Yeah.
that.
That's the play because
That's
PlayStation
smart.
now is the streaming content that they
Right.
have, right?
It's the streaming platform that they have.
That's,
Right.
that's
Because, like,
the-
to
that's the
me,
whole streaming
what's the
arm.
point? What's the point in giving people option to bundle a service people are already paying for?
Yes.
So, like, to me, that's just make that
So
like
you
they're
want
going
them
to
to
lose money.
You want them to
Like,
to make. So the thought process is to make people get the additional service of PlayStation Now. Is what
to
you guys
me,
saying?
to me. You're selling games to gamers. You're selling anime to anime watchers. You're not trying to mingle them like that.
Yeah,
Like,
the
I got
only way you
something
mingle
better.
them, the only way you mingle them is if you don't charge extra for it and you just add it, and
I got-
then that's not
I got you,
that's
Ken.
not a cost they're gonna
Yeah.
eat. They won't eat that.
I got something that is going to blow your socks.
What you think?
blow my socks off. They're off right now. Put them on,
Pause.
and then you can blow
Pause.
them off.
Pause on you, sir.
First, I'm going to say
Lizards and
pause.
socks. Pause.
Okay, pause on you and your socks. Is going on. All right, so all right, the business little being went off and on top of my
Yeah,
head.
what you got? What you got?
Now, like Addict said, maybe they didn't do the whole Funimation thing because they always had eyes on getting Crunchyroll, right? So you get Crunchyroll. This Crunchyroll thing came really fast in the sense that after the Netflix deal went down, they are trying to leverage something in this space. Now we're talking about streaming arms, right? Netflix is the absolute king when it comes to the streaming media that we have at this moment right now, as far as movies and stuff with that content. And they're actually doing really good when it comes to anime, because I've watched a ton of their anime that I really love that's on that program. But what if Netflix says, okay, why don't we merge with Sony on certain aspects, on the streaming aspect of it, right? Do it with the PlayStation Now, because we're trying to figure out how can
Also, we're reaching for the stars. Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes I hit these stars because I'm 96% right all the time. 95, sorry. 96 is Asa. And this is the business talk. You merge your PlayStation Now with that Funimation, with that Crunchyroll, and the PlayStation Now, and you tag that on to a Netflix Plus subscription.
That's where you going.
Right?
That's where you
and
going.
the Netflix Plus subscription reaches
their
all
reach
of their
is huge. Their reach is huge.
This turns Sony into a juggernaut that we have never seen in our lifetime at all from any major platform. Let me finish really quickly. And the streaming arm of it is actually easier because that's what Netflix main aspect is. There's no downloadable. They're not worrying about that. They're worrying about streaming it, right?
Streaming.
Now, you get the Funimation into there, automatically they become the defunct hub for all animation. Every last drop of your interactive eyes is done there through their anime. You bolster the whole anime catalog. They were trying to get into games at the same time.
Yeah, we heard they were trying to get into games.
And then you have the streaming aspect where Netflix can throw a couple of games into the PlayStation Now streaming aspect of it. I think this is because you always got to look at partnerships as what do you give me and what can I gain from this, and what can I give you and what can I gain from this. I see Netflix gaming getting into gaming through Sony, and I see Sony getting a stronger arm through streaming through Netflix. I think this is crazy.
Colin was talking about this, and he talked about how that if you think about the Netflix streaming platform, right? I don't know how that would apply to gaming, right? Obviously, they need help in that regard.
Right.
In terms of, we know they have something going on with Azure. We don't know exactly what that is. Let's say the streaming tech that they use in Netflix is applicable in the same way that it would be to games, right? And it's considerably more robust and powerful, whatever the case may be. To King's point, that type of partnership would put them on a level kind of with an amount of reach that we haven't seen before.
Right. And then I want to ask Jake this too. You guys are touching on something. We did hear rumblings that they were looking into having a direct competitor to Game Pass. Right. Do you think what either potential, obviously we're seeing the foundation blocks of this whole Crunchyroll thing, Funimation, like almost a monopoly on anime in a sense. And then the rumblings of, like what King is saying, a Netflix and whatever type of partnership or integration, whether it be PlayStation Now, PlayStation Plus, do you think that plans to see for them to be really competitive overall for their services? What do you think about it, Jake?
Jake.
Yeah, I'm curious about Jake on this one.
I feel like I don't know. I almost like the way Sony has been talking about things in contrast to Xbox in all regards. Like the way they state backwards compatibility, the way they talk about this, their messaging, their mission statement. So I almost would rather, instead of just it being, oh, this is PlayStation's version of Game Pass, I'd rather them get weird with it. And the only thing like that is leading me to think that could be a thing is what you guys were talking about, this like weird Netflix rumor, them buying Crunchyroll, like there's something else there that they could do. They seem to want to very much do things differently. So I wouldn't really, I personally, I haven't been banking on just like a PlayStation Game Pass type thing.
When it comes to the Netflix thing, the reason I don't think that's likely is because Netflix is a big contributor in the anime community too. If anything, they have more going for them in terms of anime than Crunchyroll and Funimation combined, because they actually spend money. They have a lot of original anime Netflix only titles. So to me, trying to combine them in any way actually defeats the purpose and and Nintendo going on the not Nintendo and Netflix going on that avenue because like they're spending millions and millions and millions of dollars securing their like 7 Deadly Sins, making their own stuff. So like to me, bundling with Crunchyroll and Funimation kind of like defeats that purpose because like when it comes to anime, they're the only 2 left. They're just the last 2 standing. So
but
like,
isn't these guys the bigger, these two, again, I know nothing of this world. This is you. This is all you. That's why I'm asking questions. I'm not trying to be funny. Like, if they have their own content, is what you're saying, right? Netflix, as far as anime content specifically.
they have a lot of anime
that they've
content.
made, right? But we hear that these two are also dominant in the space, right? You don't feel there's any room for the partnership, or that they would still be competing against them?
No, because they both have their own original stuff separated to their own platforms. But to me, putting those together, why would you spend that money? To me, it's like you might as well merge the services at that point.
Right. That's where I was kind of going.
Well, I don't think they would do that because Netflix has spent so much money establishing that anime market and to combine. I feel like if Netflix wanted Crunchyroll and Funimation, it would have happened a long time ago. If they wanted some kind of relationship with it. Like instead of spending billions of dollars establishing and building this anime community that Netflix has, they could have just spent that money and just merged with Crunchyroll and Funimation.
No, fair enough.
There's also like the culture clash where Netflix is one type of company and Sony is very much a Japanese corporation at the end of the day, and they are very
they'll fight
interesting the way they do things.
Yes.
So I get what you're saying with the Netflix thing. It could be whatever a MacGuffin, not a MacGuffin. a non-starter.
Non-starter.
A non-starter. Soft, did you finish your point? Then we wrap up.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I think, to your point, Cog, I think this can be sort of the beginnings of having that quote unquote sort of competitor to Game Pass. But I at the end of the day, it still comes down to the ability to download games natively.
Right.
And it's never going to truly be a competitor until they're willing to let go of those first parties day and day. And until that happens, they'll have something that's kind of sort of like it, but a direct competitor, nah.
Yeah, fair enough. Look, at the end of the day, just for jokes. TV. Well, I had to say it. I had to do it just for jokes. Look, I think it's a good move. I think at the end of the day, I know gamers probably don't care. You know what I mean? But there's going to be interest, I feel, for that genre, and people want anime. Okay, Adam, you say something?
And Funimation has improved since they bought them.
Right.
Like,
so
their app used to be horrible. Now it's like a step above horrible. But
question. Do you think they are capable of doing the bonehead?
Whatever
thing?
you say, no, they're not.
The bonehead thing
of what?
Of forcing Crunchyroll on you.
That's the strong arm right there.
And bringing the price up.
Listen. I told you, Addict. You shouldn't have jumped the gun. People can say what they want.
So you're saying they're going to merge them with?
I'm saying, are they capable of buying? They bought all of this.
And then you say this is the new PlayStation Plus line?
This is it. It's PlayStation Plus.
Love it or leave it. Take it or leave it.
I don't think they would do that. The thing is Crunchyroll got like 100 and some million subscribers. Like, they're not trying to upset these people. They're trying to do what Microsoft's doing with these studios. Let's buy the studios. You control how you how you sell. Just send me a check at the end of the month.
I think how much is Crunchyroll on its own? Like, if just to
$1.2 billion.
No, I mean, like, how much is it to use on a monthly basis?
I think it's like 10. I don't know. I don't have Crunchyroll. I got Funimation.
Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, I think that's too much of a strong arm solve. Me personally, I think it's just way too much of a strong. I don't think they do that.
I would love for them to do that.
It would be funny. It would be funny.
We have plenty of content to talk about.
It would be funny, but I honestly think this, to me, sets up a tier system for them. And the same way, it's just the optional thing. If you want this, hey, for $5, this PlayStation Plus Ultimate, you have this and whatever, and maybe Video Pass or whatever it is that they're trying to do with TV and animation is what I think. And at the end of the day, like I understand the move, so that's what I got. But look, we got to get out of here. This show's super long, and we Jake got to go to the bathroom or something.
Like it's super long on purpose.
I don't go to the bathroom. I don't do bathrooms. I don't do bathrooms. I only create content forever.
That's it. You don't know this, but he's glued to the table.
He's glued to the table. Let's get the ILP.
You don't know this, but he's a robot. Like Jake's a robot.
I don't want to make the man feel like we got him under duress. But
blink twice for help, Jake.
We told you we was gonna do this damn podcast. We told you, Jake. But I ran down on you at Let me stop. Moving on. New LogNet ILP Poll. With more indie or previously exclusive third-party games from other platforms eventually coming to Game Pass, are you more inclined to wait for them to release in the service, King? The choices are A, no, I will not wait on a game or Game of the Year contender. I will buy it regardless of platform. B, yes, the value of Game Pass is a no-brainer, especially if I know the game on the other platform is a timed exclusive. Or C, I don't care, y'all beta boys doing free labor for these developers. Those are the choices. Please rock the vote when it goes up on IOP. The legendary Jake Baldino staying the marathon, rocking with us the entire time because Video Games Podcast, and of course, GameRanx. Where can the fine people find you? What else do you have going on, sir?
GameRanx, I'm the Before You Buy videos, and I do a news show every Friday on GameRanx. I've been doing it for 6 years straight, never taken a week off. Nice. It's the most fun we have with any videos on GameRanx, so if you've never watched, I'd say just tune in Fridays. It's the video with the all caps titles. That's where we have the most fun. And then I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Jake Baldino and youtube.com/Jake Baldino, where I'm working on I got a hot Matrix video I'm putting out next week. Maybe something on 12 minutes. But yeah, I'm revisiting all the Matrix movies because I'm really excited for the Matrix 4. So I was like, let me get on record now. Let's get on record now.
Let's get it.
With how Reloaded is good. And I'll leave you guys at that.
No, I got a question for you. Since you're talking about that real quick, do you buy into the conspiracy theory that John Wick is because Neo decided to take the pill, remember at the end with the architect, and he decided to go back into the Matrix, and there's the reason why John Wick is so incredible is because he's actually Neo.
Real third wall.
You didn't know that? Did you not?
I never even heard that.
That would be insane, bro.
So cool.
Imagine.
All right. So if you ever I'm gave you some food of thought, right? Because just think about it in that manner. The reason why John Wick is so absolutely incredibly ridiculously awesome and the stuff that he's able to do is because he's actually Neo and he's been depowered not to remember what's going on in the Matrix.
Wow.
No longer the anomaly. Oh, we got deep. We got deep.
Like,
we got deep. Architect.
I didn't really see Neo get like jacked up like John Wick be getting hit. Like,
well, he's depowered to actually feel like he belongs of the world.
Let me correct something. I didn't mean like subscribers. I meant like overall money. Like, because they only have like 5 to 10 million subscribers. I meant like the money they generate off all of that.
Yeah,
like, that's what I meant.
But now, Jake, we're looking forward to it, man. Like I said, glad we can get this done.
This was so much fun.
So much
fun. The most fun I've had in a long time.
Thank you, brother. I mean, you've been killing it and love what you're doing. I'm still waiting for that. You're going to have to explain yourself with Terminator being better than Terminator 2, but I'm going to let that slide.
I co-sign that.
I'm going to let it till I see the video and till I get your proper explanation before I pass judgment.
Watch that video,
Okay. I'll work extra hard for it for you to convince you.
Because I'm a Terminator 2 fanboy. I think it's the GOAT. I think it's the best of it. But now, salute to you on that. Love the content. Love the video. Thank you for spending your time, brother. Really means a lot to us. You have no idea. And of course, you know you want
Thank you guys. You guys, what you do is also incredible.
Thank you, brother.
And thank you so much.
The gaming world better and fun. So thank you.
It means a lot. Lord Sov, where can the fine people find you? What you got going on, sir?
We got to do super chat.
We will after.
Yeah, we do. No doubt. Big shout out to Jake for coming through, man. Like again, like the whole idea of just on YouTube, be yourself, do what you love. And go into it wholeheartedly, Jake. You've been doing this for over a decade. Like honestly, man. And I love the fact that it's all about being honest to yourself, to your fan base, to the people that watch you. I think that's one thing that from the very beginning, like Cog is like, we're just gonna be ourselves here, and that's gonna work. And you know, King believed in it from the beginning, and this is where we are. So big shout out to you. Love the content.
You, man,
Thanks,
but when
man.
I'm on the podcast, I'm addict with a C.
Yeah,
When
you
I'm
are
not on the podcast.
You're a corporate addict.
It's an addict with a C.
No doubt.
No.
So you guys can find me. You know what's up. You can find me on BX Soccer and PSN Xbox Live and Lord Top ILP. Wanting all the smoke on Twitter, apparently.
Spicy hating smoke.
Spicy sauce.
He don't want none of that smoke.
Hey,
Listen, brother, listen. I don't want to pause. I don't want it the way King wants to say.
Yeah,
Pause, man. How you gonna say that?
turn the
And
beat
then
around.
gonna lead it
Get
to
your
me.
lizards out.
No,
That's how King like. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. It was
We're
set
gonna
up.
clip that. We're gonna clip that.
It was set up so perfect.
That was just like
no, it wasn't.
No joke.
Stockton to Malone.
Addict,
Like,
where can the
boom.
five people find you, Addict, and what you have going on, sir?
You can find me on Gaming Addict on my YouTube channel. You can find me on Twitter. That is the Gaming Addict with a C. That's Addict there. Okay,
Yes.
that's the Smoke Addict. Unlike stuff I want to smoke. I don't mind the smoke. I live in the smoke. So you can find
I'm
me
retired
on,
from smoke. I don't want smoke.
There you go. There you go. I'm an
too
old
old.
man. I'm an old man.
Stepping down
it's
from
fine,
smoke.
man.
Yes.
You're a year older than me, Jake, so I have a little bit more time before I have to retire.
Yes,
from
young
smoke.
Padawan. Soon. You'll be tired soon.
Yo, Addict, they asking Hergashini said if you're doing that poll on whether people in chat would pay higher for a higher tier PlayStation Plus with
look at
anime.
that.
They want that
yeah,
poll.
sure.
They want that poll.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, thank you, sir. But and you got anything else going on too besides before I pass off, King?
I'm going to be doing a Skyward Sword video here soon. I still ain't beat the game. What I really enjoyed about Skyward Sword 2, real quick, is like how they reused areas, because a lot of games do that really bad. Like they'll reuse areas and you feel like you're just playing the last area just in a different way. But Skyward Sword's like, they're like, nah, you're gonna go back to this area, but it's not gonna be the same when you win it the first time. I can appreciate that. I definitely want to thank Jake for coming on here. One thing, I was listening to some of the old interviews that you've been on, which you ain't been in a lot of interviews per se. Like it's really hard to find. Besides GameRanx, it's hard to find you in any kind of contents on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I was watching your Jeff Grubb interview.
Yes,
called
great
Sensitivity.
interview.
Oh,
Yeah, great
So
interview.
I'm watching it. Shout out to Lord
Grubby
Jeff
Grubb. We had in the realm.
Yeah,
friend of the
shout out to
realm,
Grubb.
friend of the realm.
Yep.
And you know what? You said something on there that I really gravitated toward. Like, you know what? Like that's awesome. You said, I don't like putting misinformation out. And I was like, because that's something that we're always big on. Like, we want, even it comes to big stories, if it like launches on a Saturday, sometimes like we'll be like, let's not talk about it until we get all the information.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's easy to jump on that bandwagon. Let's talk about it. Everyone's talking about, we want to be in the news, but sometimes it's better to wait for the proper information than spread misinformation because we wanted to jump on it first.
Valid.
Yeah, we have a whole catchphrase. I say it every week. I say keep take this with a grain of salt. That's like the catchphrase. We're gonna put it on a shirt eventually because like I feel like some places don't differentiate enough, like, and really emphasize, like when you talk about a rumor, like say the Grand Theft Auto trilogy rumor that just popped up, like you have to emphasize like we don't know anything. Like this is just reporting from an unnamed source. Like we don't know anything, so we're just having fun. Don't put any personal stake into this.
No, that's real.
And keep in mind, Realm, if you want to see more Jake, he's got his own personal YouTube channel. You can go and check his videos out at GamerRanx, man. You always do like some of the best reviews that's done out there, because I do feel like a lot of reviews feels real scripted, but you could tell like you just like, yo, this is what I feel about the game. Like it, don't like it, I don't care, but this is my info. Like,
thank you.
And
I always try and I kind of ran on the whole thing where like when I was, like when I worked like retail jobs and stuff, and like there'd always be that other friend in the in the frozen food department that worked over there, and he'd be like, oh yeah, I play games. I played that game, and then I'm like, oh, you like games? Well, did you know this? And did you know that? And did you know that?
Oh, you
and
was
like,
that kid.
I'm always that one that's like a little too much.
You was too
so
intense
I've always
with it?
just tried to keep that with my videos, like before you buy and stuff like that. Like I'm like,
No, appreciate it.
So thank you.
Yeah, but definitely go check him out, man. You know,
Thanks, man.
First thing I want to say is we are doing that podcast. I think we agreed on the roundable table, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's what we agreed on.
Yeah.
So we're doing that podcast. I have posted to the members and patrons. You know, you guys can ask questions. We're giving one each a question. And if you're double dipping, you get asked the lowest 2 questions.
Exactly.
And I think we'll be doing that. I think we said next Saturday, right?
Yeah,
That's when you can
schedule
do it solve,
We can
because it's really on solve
Yeah,
when
we gotta
you know his
schedule it around
8
Solve.
jobs. When his 8 jobs it frees him up. So we'll be doing that. So definitely go to your Patreon, go to the members, look for that post. Ask the questions, man. We'll be talking about that. It will be pre-recorded. We'll post it on both of those chats independently. You know, and the first one is going to be public because we want to show you guys what you will be getting if you do a members or Patreon. But here's the catch: we'll only be answering questions from members and Patreon. We won't be answering other questions, because we do want to give some value to the people that do support us in that way. And you all support us. You always come through here. Like, you know, ILP would not be where it is without the realm.
Facts.
And we do appreciate everyone that comes through here. You know, that's why we try to keep the chat as clean as possible. We want people to feel comfortable talking in that chat. Even Chris Righteous, even Chris Hart. Like we want people that's in that chat to feel comfortable, and we appreciate everyone for coming through that, and especially our mods. We have to give our mods that shout out too.
No doubt. And don't forget the poll for Harget Shani, because I think
I'm doing it.
Yeah, appreciate that. Lord King, y'all, what you got going on, sir?
Well, first and foremost, I would like to thank Jake for coming through. You know, Strong Island, that's what's up.
You already know.
Thanks, man.
Saw you at PAX, and you know, I was like, told Kyle, I was like, "This is a GameRanx."
Mini fanboy. That's him right there. Getting on the air track.
Yeah, we was trying to go home. So, you know, at that point in time, people don't understand that you've worked. They don't know when you go to these shows, you're walking around, you're doing interviews, you're working, your legs are tired, you're mentally drained, and you're still working in your head because you're editing in your head on how you're going to edit your video and stuff
keep
like
in mind,
that.
King, they say the end results. They see
they don't
interviews.
see,
they don't see me like emotionally and physically destroyed at the end of the day.
As he correctly said, the Dark Ages.
And you know, to hear about your content where you're getting that love. So that's why when I talked about that Matrix stuff, you see, like what you did with the guy, you said the guy, you play video games.
I remember,
I'm that guy too. Like, so did you know? Did you think about this? Like that type of stuff.
It's a good way to be.
Yeah, it's always be enthusiastic with your stuff, and you bring that across so well, and I love that heart aspect of it. You know, it's very hard for people to say that they was in something for 10 years and still have that enthusiastic feel to it, still bring that realism to it, and still stick to their morals.
Yes.
That part means a lot, because the fact that you didn't go over to the cringe side.
This is why that game sucks.
Yeah, that type of stuff can get clickbaits, especially if you don't see.
I hate everything.
You don't see your numbers going up, or you don't see certain things happening at a different time. But to stick by your guns and be real to yourself, that means more than anything. Like, means more than any amount of subscribers that will inflate and deflate at any period of time, because your core base will still stay the same. And I just love the fact, like I was telling Cog, sometimes I get nervous about videos, and I was like, yo, this is really weird. Like, I'm not nervous about this video, because I guess it feels like I've known you for 10 years already or so. So it's kind of crazy, right?
I appreciate that. That's crazy.
Absolutely nuts.
Love, brother. And again,
also your candle metaphor, when you use for burning yourself out, that's gonna stick with me. Like, I feel like I'm gonna always remember. I've never thought of it like a candle, and now I can't think of it any other way. So
you know what's,
thank you.
If you watch the interview that you know, the Lords did with
me and PD and
Jake,
Jake, that was dope.
The first time, I remember you brought up that you ate like cereal the first time.
He's from the grind. He said that ramen noodles. I was like, yo, I rock with him. He's from the grind. Continue.
That's literally the definition of someone coming from the ground floor to where he is now.
Yes,
I
you guys can catch me this week.
Yes.
Friday. DCX is back, baby.
Woo.
You heard it here.
Nice.
DCX is back.
Statue
Format's gonna
community,
be a
stand
little,
up.
Yeah, this format gonna be a little different. You gonna really like this. This is gonna hit you different.
Nice.
All right. So as you've seen, there's been an uptake in KOS. Like you're like, boom, oh wow, boom, oh
Okay,
snap.
the statues.
Right. So a lot of
Wolverine
people
fire.
know that I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and you saw with Electro, you're seeing with the Lizard. If you can look up there, you see Sandman is up there. I have his whole Rogue gallery, whole Sinister Six, except for Scorpion, and I'm trying to get that statue. It just cost $3,000, and I'm not trying to do that right now. But again, KOS is going up. This is going up this week, and I got a secret unboxing that I'm going to do, and you guys are going to get a chance to see the Red Room.
He's finally
Y'all gotta
unboxing a statue of himself.
I wish, right? Shout out to ACG.
Shout out to
ACG's been
ACG.
telling me to get a statue of myself
ACG's
forever.
hilarious.
But this secret statue is going to be unboxed, and I'm going to do the KOS from the Red Room, but you're going to see the statue first and only at DCX.
Nice.
That's when it's going to go up, and then after that, I'll put out the video. You catch me on Twitter at King David OTW. If you thought I was going crazy here today, you will see me go buck bananas on Twitter.
He's very
and I'm
spicy.
for
Yes.
all that smoke. All that
Yes.
smoke that they talking about, I'm about all that smoke. Bring it this way. I'll take that. LordsofGaming.net. Please go there. Please check out our guys, where I feel that is the best gaming news site on the internet. If you can get a chance to go there and check it out, I'm pretty sure that you won't leave. You will actually stay there. Please go check out LordCognito with Ebontis. Ebontis wasn't there this week. It was Ty Guy, Travis with him, and they put in that work. I'm actually got to go finish that video. Addict got something else coming up. I'm watching this stuff every week because of my son. This is kind of messed up, but I got to do it. I love the guy to death, but when my son sitting there like, Daddy, I love his stuff, I'm like, oh God.
No doubt. But again, like I said, tremendous episode. Again, thanks, Jake, for pulling up. Love what you had to say. Love your journey, how you, like I said, grew up in YouTube, and then also the decision you've made to keep it positive and to not always focus on that, because it's easy to fall in those traps, and you've created a lane for yourself, and it's just cool to see your journey, man. And again, absolute pleasure to have you. We'll definitely have you back. And once we get back to these shows in person, you know what I'm saying? One of my favorite actually one of my first in-person real interviews of anybody. So you were there.
That was one of your first?
That was one of my first, yeah. That was what you were one of my first.
You like pro'd me. I was like, this guy's a pro.
You know what's funny, Jake? Because like, you know, this is like a little bit behind the scenes. Like, like part of the audio adapter was plugged in, so it was only one side
so
of the
many
audio.
issues.
And I was, because I didn't go to that PAX, and I was driving home and called. He's like, "Yo, can you fix this, man? I don't know what happened."
Bro,
I was like, "Yo, just
crushed.
I was like, just copy, dude. It, literally, the right's the exact same as the left. I'll just copy the left and print it on the right.
Yeah,
like it's okay."
Like, shout out to Addict, because again, you're new in content creation, you're new in interviewing people. You were like the biggest interview I've ever, like, period. And I'm just like, yo. And then this audio thing happens, so I'm freaking out. He's like, nah, I got you, bro. I can fix it. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, it was such a big deal, you know what I'm saying, for us. And the fact that you took the time. Shout out to Sonaldo, who was in the chat, who just had the baby. He was with me, you know, and we're making our rounds, and it was really cool. So again, thank you for that.
The fact that you went, though, from me to now, you got Big Phil.
Yeah.
Like, no big deal. In such a short period of time. You guys... That's incredible.
Thank you, brother. And like I said, it meant a lot for you to say that you enjoyed it and stuff like that. And the last point I'll say is that, again, for bigger content creators, and that's why I have that motto. Like, I don't care how big I get or if my star, I'm never going to forget, because it's those moments, right? It's those moments you always remember. And I always want to thank you for that. So salute to you, Lord Jake Baldino, my man. So look, we got a ton of super chats. We done held you hostage, so you could bounce if you need to, because we got to pay the bills. So it's cool if you want to do your outros. It's totally cool, but we got to read a ton of super chats and members.
And remember, Jay, blink twice if you're on the ship.
But Jay, it is all good.
I do have to go let my dog out.
Yes,
He's
please.
gonna, pee himself.
Enjoy your
Thank
Sunday,
you guys
brother.
again for this opportunity. Let's link up.
Oh, for
soon.
sure.
I want to actually pick your brains about a couple of things.
The Matrix.
Fantastic.
Let's work, baby. Let's work, brother. I got you, man. Enjoy your Sunday, bro. Much love.
Later, guys.
No doubt, no doubt. So, you want to get the super chats?
Yeah, let me roll back a little bit. Okay, glasses time.
Yes, please.
Yeah, he said his
he was
eyes
being
gave
cute.
out.
Try to do that check without no
be hot.
glasses. Try to be hot.
Let me see 1 second.
Was it Smitty Smith?
No, we're at
Horus.
Horus.
While you're looking for that, someone just brought a good point.
What?
Members that's in the chat, go ahead and put some questions in for that podcast now, and I'll come to this part of the podcast later and write them down. So any questions that the members in the chat want to ask, put it in the chat now, and then I'll come back later and I'll copy them and put them in the show.
No doubt.
Horus is crazy.
We got Horus the $2. Which that COD will come out first, and Halo will take its knees. Yeah, 100% correct, Horus.
Keep in mind, people, like you gotta have that little icon, man, that gesture, that king. I can't remember what the rest of them are, or I can't ask them, man. You gotta have that little. So if you want to be in that show, you gotta become a member during this show, so you can do.
We could even. I think there's an option in YouTube. You can set it where they can members only can do in chat.
108 Dragons.
Yeah, we got 108 Dragons, $5 super chat. Good afternoon, my guys. Good afternoon, my brother.
Yo.
And we got Smitty Smith, $5 super chat. Sony, you get anime, everybody gets anime. Just don't forget to blow into your controller.
Yo.
The Book of X.
Messy.
And we got J-Dub as a shill, $10 super chat. I thought we bought consoles for games. So Xbox gets bashed in 2013. Now the Sony fanboys, the soy. Oh my God. Sony fanboys are hyped for Crunchyroll. Well, I own all of the Bleach chapters, so I'm good. # we now believe in anime.
He's messy.
Then we got Raiden Blade, $5 super chat. King, you said it from the very beginning that the PS5 is a built-in credit card and the price will increase big time.
Facts. That's how I got sovereign needs.
What are you talking about? Once again, people throwing out misinformation.
That's accurate facts. Once they charge you for the rumble and the audio sound and the lip sync,
yeah, exactly.
Needs was mine.
Messy.
We were talking about the console there, not the services. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
People conflating all these things and allowing this man to speak.
Hi, we got super chats.
Then we
Love them knees.
Then we got J-Dub as a shill, $5 super chat. PlayStation is about to get caught from behind like Nasty Nate style.
Whoa.
AKA Phil, Dominus Maximus, Aurelia Spencer, and Squirrel Master won't be there this time to save the Sony guys. Wow. Yeah, that nasty. I was not feeling that nasty.
He done
Nate
took it there. He done took it there.
Nasty Nate and his.
Let's not.
Nasty Nate and his lizard. Let's go. Raiden Blade, $5 super chat. # Christopher Hart. Reply to me in color. Your comment is muted to me in color, bro. If not, keep your comments to yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, let us behave in the chat. What's going on here?
Nah. Keep it that way. Keep that energy. If he can't follow you in a certain space, then leave him in a space.
Then we got Marvin Ginyard, $2 super chat, actually calling out frauds. FYI, Zagreus in Greek mythos is the god of rebirth. So it's a perfect name for him, Zagreus. Then we got Brian Seals, $5 super chat. Netflix would love to get all of the anime ever produced.
Yeah,
that's true. If your members don't have to log out to see it all, that's a big win for your service.
That will kill. This is what I'm saying. Sony brings something to the table that they can't get anywhere else. And remember, Netflix is dying to dominate in that space.
If they could bring those two entities together, yeah, it's a problem. And we got Raiden Blade, £5 super chat. Is that PS5 abandoned thing? It's an app and not a game. I feel it's a demo platform and PS fans have been hoodwinked. Not nice for them.
Bamboozled.
Whatever this abandoned thing is, it's just going on for too long. That's the problem. Yeah. And we got Fat Boy Horror. Let's go put the crest in the chat.
That's my
Fat
Sega,
Boy
bro.
Horror.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Repping the ILP swag. Yes,
facts.
That.
He loved that Sega podcast we did.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
So.
Then we got the rubber knob. $5 super chat. I said it the other week. Mark my words. You will see Tap Dance Ryan come out of E3 on stage and say, TV.
You're gonna come out with a Naruto doll.
Yeah.
Naruto doll. We're caught up. We're good.
That's good.
No doubt. That is what I got. Anything else, Attic, we got to do on the business end?
No, people are definitely coming up with questions right now.
Oh, okay, okay.
I appreciate you. We're gonna make it a good show, man. There's a lot of people just ask questions.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff cooking up, man. Again, just for an update, spoke with King. So yeah, little man is coming. Little man is coming. Yeah,
yes. We put it in the hands of a god.
Yeah, we put it in the hands of a god. So things, I think y'all gonna like it. I think you're gonna like it. We got a lot of it. Mm-hmm.
I talked with Cog. He got a chance to hear my viewpoint on exposing the individual. Now I got to figure out a way how to just warn the community from dealing with an individual. But at no point in time do I want to weaponize anyone against anyone for anything, especially as something as little as the funds that were, absconded.
I feel you, but I'm not as diplomatic as
you. Did you notice that Sovereign face got completely red? Did you see his face got completely red?
You would think I'm the most diplomatic one. I'm actually the least diplomatic.
No, I understand that.
I explain to all you people that ever watch, we are all the same person, just in different skin. So be very careful.
No doubt. But yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff cooking up. Enjoy. A couple more weeks. We will move to 11 a.m. Eastern.
Why did you mumble that under your breath?
11 a.m. Eastern. Just getting it ready for football. Week 1 of football NFL. We'll be going.
Oh God!
Yes,
and it's 17 weeks this year.
Yeah, but no, we're not doing the whole joint. We're rocking all the way till like January. It would be good. But look, that's all.
He said, "Oh, we're not gonna do the whole joint. We're just gonna take it all the way to the limit."
Yeah, almost to the limit. 75% of the way.
2022, baby.
But look, that's all I got. Everybody, enjoy your Sunday. We out. Peace.
Out.